Hey, Merry Christmas, or should that be Merry Christmasu from Japan. This is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House. It's Christmas Eve here, so December 24th, 2 p.m. I hope wherever you are, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're genki, that's the most important thing. I hope you're with somebody you love. I hope you're not feeling lonely because, hey, it'll be lonely this Christmas without you to hold. That's all I want to say. Okay, before Gray goes off on a crazy one as usual, let me bring in two wonderful guests I've got. Now, this is not the first time on my channel, it's the second time. The first time she was on, I only remember half of it and I feel very embarrassed about that. So, looking for forgiveness, let me bring in the wonderful supporter Shelby AC. Here we go.
Hello. Do not worry about it. Don't worry.
God, it's
No
so embarrassing. It was a celebratory stream, Shelby. As I said, I wanted to mark it, and I did. I marked it a little bit too hard. But thank you for joining me before, and thank you for coming in today.
Sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is a really great movie, and it's a really great Christmas story. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about it, and I'm glad that you both watched it. We can do that. We can discuss. Okay. I have another very special guest. I think this is his 17th stream today, if I'm 17 and counting, if I'm right. It's one of the coolest and nerdiest, but he makes nerdism cool. Yeah, one of the best YouTubers out there. He's my Zen master, as I like to say. It's Tokyo Godfathers, otherwise known as Nerdporeal Lifeform. How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm so good. I'm getting into the Christmas spirits, as I say. As you know, it's Christmas Eve here already. Is it almost? I think, Shelby, it's Christmas Eve now where you are. Is that right?
It is. It is officially Christmas Eve. So
one more hour for me.
Yeah, almost Santa time.
Okay, here comes Santa Claus. I was Santa Claus actually yesterday in one of the nursery schools near where I work. Nice. And I tell you what. Not to brag, but I gave it my all. You've got to do it like a show. Did a really big performance. I was absolutely wrecked last night. I slept really well because of that. So I have been Santa, but I can't seem to get the hat off. It's stuck to my head for some reason.
That's awesome. You really crush it, I'm sure.
Thank you. Okay, before we get going, let's just shout out people in the chat. Of course, we had the wonderful Shelby. Shelby AC's here. And Dempsey was here as well. I think he's still here. How are you doing, Dempsey? Good to see you. Your Barmy popped in to say hi and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. If you see this on the replay, mate, I hope you have a great one. Nosferatu, the king of the comments. The king of the killer comments, should I say. Gray, get rid of that giant heart clogging up the chat. I thought it was a hand, Nos, a pink hand. This one. For some reason, it's not showing up on StreamYard, but I think it's showing up on YouTube. And who else do we have here? Oh, we have Zaxx. Zaxx, how you doing?
Hey, Zaxx.
Get in here when you can, mate. I know you're busy. Nosferatu's saying Shelby's voice makes him nervous.
Why?
Doesn't make me nervous, mate. And who else is here? Lisa. Hey, Merry Christmas. Great to see you. I like your avatar. That's lovely. Okay. No, you don't, Nosferatu.
No, you don't. Nope.
I love it when Shelby talks Japanese because Shelby has been to Japan before. Is that right?
Yes, I used to live there. Lived there for about a year, and I think one of the interesting things about this film is it's really realistic to I think what the Tokyo experience is. I think it's easy to kind of see Japan as a romantic place, which it is, but there is a real kind of darkness to it, which I think is just common. Anywhere you live. But what I really like about this is that it really feels like you're actually there. And I think they did such a beautiful job with all the background paintings. And there's some digital elements to how they kind of rotoscoped it, but yeah, it's really lifelike. And but yeah, Japan's wonderful. We really liked it there. Yeah, miss it. It's a great place.
Cool, that's good to hear, and great insight, by the way. So before we go into the review discussion, let me just give a very quick intro to the movie. If you haven't seen it, Tokyo Godfathers is a 2003 Japanese animated tragicomedy. it says here on Wikipedia. Written and directed by the wonderful and missed, gone too soon, Satoshi Kon. He is more famous for Perfect Blue and maybe Paprika, if you've seen that. Two great animated movies. Let's have a look. It says the film stars live-action actors doing the voices, such as Toru Emori, I don't know, Yoshiaki Umegaki, and Aya Okamoto as the lead voice actors. Kon says he was inspired by the 1948 American film Three Godfathers. I don't know that one. Unlike Kon's other films, Tokyo Godfathers contains no fantasy elements, nor does it explore themes of the lines between fiction and reality. Instead, it's much more grounded in realism. Okay, so to start us off, let's see. Is it okay to get Nerdporial's introduction to the film? What did you enjoy about it? What do you think, Tokyo Godfathers?
I mean, like any Satoshi Kon film, the visuals are always outstanding. I like the character designs always are more grounded. So anything Satoshi Kon does, it looks like, when he draws Japanese people, they look like Japanese people. It doesn't, they don't have the crazy big wide blue eyes and like a typical anime. So you got that, and then his stories that he has down. The stories that he has down are always, they're well written. The characters are always well put together. There's great arcs. All three characters had great story arcs that paid off ultimately. And this is just a very wholesome movie. This wasn't violent like Perfect Blue. This wasn't kind of tragic like Millennium Actress, and Paprika was just weird. I still have not finished Paprika to this day, and I've had the DVD for years.
It is very weird, yeah.
It is wild, and you can actually see her on the train, even though that film was in production. So even though that film comes out in 2006, and this is 2003, when they're on one of these subways, you can see her like, and well, anyway, we'll talk about it later. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the other thing that he was also known for was Paranoia Agent. It was a 12-episode anime series. I think that came out like right after this came out. It's about if every episode follows a different character who is just having bad luck or is just they're bad people or they just have real bad luck and they want to give up. And I don't know if it's a psychological thriller.
Have you seen it, Nopura? Because I haven't got around to seeing that yet. I know it's only a limited series.
Yeah, it's like the main thing that connects them is they see a kid on roller skates with a golden bent baseball bat who just beats the crap out of them.
Oh my god!
But we don't even know if that kid is real. It could be a figment of their imagination. So I haven't finished the series, so I don't know for sure.
Okay, that's awesome. So thanks for that. That's your introduction. How about you, Shelby? I think you said you'd seen it before. You've seen it a few times. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really great film that also doesn't make, I think, homelessness into a romantic kind of, slings and arrows against the world kind of thing. It really does portray three really realistic people. That the girl is a brat, and the reason why she becomes homeless is because she literally throws away her family. And she even says at the very beginning, even my dad didn't hit me. So we established that the father is not abusive, and she goes so far as to stab him and run away, and then brag that she can go home anytime she wants. But also, and then you've got Jin or Gin. And I think it's interesting that his name is a play on alcohol, and he's an alcoholic, and he throws his life away because of his addiction to being drunk. And even though his daughter is really depressed by his addiction, he doesn't give up drinking for her. He doesn't give up drinking for his family. He is a very selfish person. He even robs graves of offerings so he can drink. There's so many. This is such a layered story. It's really lifelike, and all of them, through the desire to save the life of this baby, kind of decide that they're going to save their own lives, right? They're going to stop. As far as we know, it's kind of an open ending, but it's such a beautiful tale of like, I mean, and like to me, that's that's kind of what Christmas is. It's deciding that life is worth living, and life is a gift. Life is not suffering, and that we can choose to not make it suffering. You know, that there's things about our life that happen to us that we're not in control over, but a lot of our suffering we actually can choose to not or to deal with in like a healthy way. And then Hana, I mean, there's so much to talk about.
Where do you start with Hana? What can I just say, guys, before we go on? Just give a very brief, what do you call it? Not summary, but what it is there's 3 homeless people who are kind of living a kind of pseudo family life, and they find a baby abandoned in a dumpster. That's how it all starts. What you were saying, Shelby, about the homeless thing, I think this is a huge part of this movie, because living in Japan for so long, it's a very, what's the word? Not hidden, but kind of unrecognized, or, they do kind of brush it under the mat. Homelessness is a thing here, of course it is. It's a thing everywhere, I know, but maybe it's not so famous in Japan. So it shows a very realistic take on that. Yeah, I know the characters are exaggerated. That's part of the style of this movie, but they feel very real, don't they?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Hana's the best character, and Hana's the transvestite. A man who.
My mic just dropped out. I don't know what happened. I was talking about something. I'm not sure where I left you guys. Did I just stop talking like mid?
No, it's all good.
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Anyway.
But I was gonna say, of all the people, of all the characters, the least selfish, the most selfless character is Hana, the transvestite.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she lost. She was, and the thing that they keep calling her, gay. They keep calling her homo. Because she doesn't deny it.
Words in Japanese.
She doesn't deny it. She
calls herself that as well.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's a really big transvestite club scene in Japan. There has been for years, and I like the way they show this in the movie as well. It's another thing which is maybe kept a little bit quiet, a little bit hidden, but these days it's not. They don't care. It's we're here,
Matsuko?
and we don't care what you think.
And I feel it's a very positive portrayal of a person like like that, because now everybody is you hear this, if you hear something, it's a this or a that and everything.
Yeah.
And everybody's labeling each other this or that isms and whatnot. And I mean, just gotta remember these people are human too, and a lot of them, you'd be surprised, are capable of compassion, because they've probably a lot of people have been through their own share of trials and tribulations, and it's those things that teach us to truly value life and to truly value to truly value life and to truly be grateful for what we have. And she's in the beginning of the movie, she is they're having a sermon, they're having a Christian sermon, which is funny. In Japan, they're all that's not even really part of our culture, but they're having there's a service, and there's a sermon for the homeless, and everybody she's the one that's really listening to the she's really listening, and and everything, and the others are just dismissing it like it's nothing.
Why are they there, Noporio? They're there because they're going to get some soup, aren't they? Basically, some soup and a hot drink. Yeah,
and I like how right here she says, "I'm going to be eating for 2," because she dreams of because she dreams that she's going to have a baby one day, even though she can't, and she knows this, but. She's like, I'm going to be eating for 2, and the woman there is like, what? No. And then what's funny is when they're running into the subway and she's carrying the baby, the same woman is seeing this, and she's like, she really was eating for 2.
That is a great payoff. Great payoff, that. So good. Welcome, Purple Valkyrie, to the stream. How are you doing?
Hello, guys. Great to see you. How's everyone? I've just been listening in on your discussion.
Very
I
good.
can't remember. Like, I'm not sure where I had dropped out at one point, but there were like, um, I was trying to make some comment about "Climb Every Mountain" by Mother Superior. Was that in there? Did that get
I
dropped
don't
out?
remember that. No, no way.
All right. So yeah, the mic fell out. So there's a really sweet part where Hannah is holding the baby and she's singing "Climb Every Mountain,"
Yeah.
which is what Mother Superior sings in Sound of Music.
Oh, I
But
didn't know
then
that.
yeah, so then later when they go back to her club, the person who heads up the club is called Mother or Mama. So it's like her Mother Superior for a convent of, you know, trans
Transvestites.
trans actors. But sorry, Purple, go ahead. I stepped on your entrance.
Oh, no. Sorry, sweetheart. I've just kind of jumped in to hear what you guys are saying. I know that you recommended this as a fantastic Christmas film, and I've got to admit, I've never heard of this.
Okay.
So I'm kind of watching through it at the moment, and I got to say a summary of it, but it's a little bit bizarre, but I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I think
It
that's the
is.
best way to describe it.
What you said about Christmas movie, this is one of the things I wanted to put to the panel and to the chat, because as you know, in Japan, it's not a Christian country. Christmas is not a big thing. It's more, I mean, I've talked about this before. It's kind of a thing for children, and it's also a thing for couples. Young couples go out on dates on Christmas Eve, which is the big thing. So can this be kind of classed as a Christmas movie? That's going to be interesting.
I think so. Takes
Yeah.
place on Christmas, and like I think the way they see the baby kind of represents a miracle, represents maybe in some form,
Yeah.
Christ, because the celebration of Christmas is the birth of the baby Jesus
Absolutely.
and everything.
And
So
I guess you could see the three main characters as the three wise men as well, or wise, whatever.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good. I didn't think of that. That's
No, I
actually
didn't.
pretty.
Yeah, and then in a technical way, they are all kind of men in a certain sense. So Hana always speaks in very feminine Japanese. She always says things like atashi instead of boku, and atashi is even more feminine than watashi. And she or he, I don't know what to say, but Hana even walks in a feminine way, like almost like overacting. And the way that the animators really exaggerate that, like that desperation to be this, it's so heartbreaking to me.
Yeah.
And then the way that she even says, like, she'll end sentences with kashira, which is like a very feminine way of saying I wonder. And then Miyuki always speaks in a very masculine way, like a very brutish, like so janeyo, like really mean. And she's very angry, and she has a lot of aggression towards her father. And I think that, to me, like, they're all different kinds of men. So I think Purple, that's a great comment.
Could I ask the panel, because I know this will probably sound really ignorant, but was this seen as a quite progressive film? Because this came out in 2003, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I mean, like, Satoshi Kon was ahead of his time in animation and his way of storytelling. Like, if you watch like Perfect Blue, like his stuff is out there. And like, I agree, it's bizarre. Like, all of his movies are bizarre to a degree.
I don't know if it would be considered a very progressive film then, because like Grace said, there's been a lot of trans people in the media for like 20 years. So I don't know. That's a good question.
But it's like 2003, so we're talking almost, aren't we, 20 years ago. At that time, it's the time, like, coincidentally, I arrived in Japan late 2002, so I started really living here, from January 2003. And yeah, that surprised me. There were celebrities on TV, on regular talk shows, who, were like cross-dressers, whatever you want to call it, transvestites. And it felt like it was accepted here. Now, my image it wasn't, this is talking like years ago. I thought Japanese were very kind of hidden about it, homosexuality, whatever you want to call it, cross-dressing, lesbians. But it was, it felt accepted. That surprised me. And I like the way this film shows not so much that. They show characters being characters first who might happen to be, straight, gay, trans, whatever, but they are characters that feel real, even if they are very exaggerated.
Yeah. Dempsey had a question about transvestite versus transsexual. I think this is more of a transvestite thing, personally.
Yeah, where she, I don't think she is she literally changed her sex.
No.
I think she just dresses up and acts like a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a great line where, so when we flash back to why Hana became homeless, it's because she gets in a fight at the club, and Hana pours accidentally wine on a drunk guy's lap, and there's the director's name in kanji.
Kon, Satoshi, yeah. Kon is first, the big kanji, it means now. Like, also means, what else, like this year, so Kon. And then Satoshi, I don't know the meaning of this, but it's got half of the kanji is for the sea, and the other half is woman, I think, or part of the woman's kanji.
And then the director is Kantok. God damn it. Now I'm like getting all nervous. Kantoku is director in the front. But yeah, so Hana spills wine on this drunk guy's lap, and he starts heckling her. And he's like, you piece of shit, like you're just some old man. And that's
fart.
No, old man. And that's when the record scratches, and he turns and he goes, Kusotte de iino, which means you can call me shit, but oji-san yurusarenai, which is like, you will not call me an old man. That's not forgivable. So in the English subs, it wrote an old fart, but he's actually saying you old man, and that pisses him off to the point where he beats him up. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Kusotte iino oji-san yurusarenai yo. That's what he says.
Because she does that in the beginning of the movie too. Like, she's like, don't you call me that. You call me old, but you don't call me, that. I think to me.
Yeah. Hana would rather be called Baba, which is like a really mean term for old bag, than Oji-san, which is not that rude.
Well, it depends how you say it, Shelby. I know, the word is used both ways. Like, it's a short way of saying grandma. It can mean like, nana, grandma, but it can also mean like baba, baba, like you old woman. It's the same with Oji-san. Oji-chan is like grandpa, or hey, Gigi. Gigi means like old. So she got upset because basically, he was saying like, not that you suck at singing, but not that you're ugly, just you're old. So she's like, no, I'm not old, and she kicks off in the club. Great scene.
True.
Let me bring Purple back into it. Purple, so I was like you. I hadn't heard of this until I watched, what was it? It wasn't Perfect Blue even first. I think I saw Paprika first, and then I heard about this. It popped up on Netflix last year, and I watched it at Christmas. I was like, wow, this is really good. It really moved me. I got, I'm a bit of a softie these days, but I got very emotional about this movie. So how about you? What you've seen so far? What do you think?
I was really surprised with what I've seen so far. You've talked about the characters, and I was kind of blown away how well-rounded and how human they all are. And the animation itself is beautiful. Is this a trend with this particular director? Is he very good at bringing the characters to life?
Yes, and because of the fact that he's no longer with us, he's been gone for about 12 years now. Anime's kind of taken a nosedive, in my opinion.
Oh, do you think so, Noporial? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, like we don't get great works of art like this anymore in Japan.
Shelby was talking about it before. Sorry to interrupt. Like, the animation is stunning, but it's also very realistic. This looks like Tokyo. It looks like the big city. I don't know how much was rotoscoped or digitally taken off street scenes. I've seen a little bit of a documentary from the makers and the animators, and they were like trying to get it as realistic as possible. But I don't think it's CG. I don't think there's much digital in there. I could be wrong.
There's only maybe 2 or 3 pieces where you can see how they digitize some of the paintings, so that it's not really like 3D, but they'll paint something and then they'll tilt it digitally. So they've taken something that was a hand-drawn piece and then kind of, altered it. But yeah, this is done by Madhouse. Madhouse is really like top tier animation. And they actually do have some foreigners working there who became fluent in Japanese, like studied animation in California and then moved there. So I think one of the guys, his name is Michael something, but he also worked on a really famous show about ping pong. Do you guys know that?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
I
don't
mean
know
this.
the name, but it's famous. Yeah.
Yeah, and this animation style is like, it is just unreal. It's so beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, he's really good at this.
Like, look at all the detail. Like, there's so much detail, and like, I just watched Perfect Blue myself not too long ago, and just the level of detail in these films are just like, it just blows me away every time I see it. Such a treat to watch on the screen.
What struck me about it, though, I don't know if you agree, compared to, say, something we watched recently together, we watched Your Name, Kimi no Nawa, and how bright and beautiful and colourful that was. This is very dark, it's very drab, kind of greyed out, Is that because of the subject matter, do you think?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's about, this movie is about people, 3 people, basically. They didn't just lose their homes. They're not just homeless, but they've lost their families.
Lost their families, yes.
And this is like their this is their journey to kind of recover that, so to speak. And I mean, in some ways, the 3 of them are a family. Like throughout the movie, like what's her name? Hana. We learn Hana, even though it's not, reciprocated, she loves Jin.
Right, yeah, we get later on. Sorry, guys, just let me call out this scene. There's a classic scene where they're on a train, of course, they're all cramped into a train together. And this is the reaction of the people. And they don't have to spell it out. It's like, the 3 homeless people. And then you've got everyone just going like, oh.
Yeah, and the baby pooped. Baby pooped in the pants.
The baby pooped as well. So good. Charlie the Unicorn's asking when it was produced. It was released in 2003. What's interesting is you'll see a few masks in the animation, people wearing masks, because this is long before what's happened recently. But Japan is well known as a mask culture, especially in winter time when it's influenza season or the hay fever season.
Yeah, like kind of
go for it, Shelby.
sprinkled.
Sorry, I want to get your.
Oh, sorry. Like sprinkled throughout the movie are also little things with other Satoshi Kon works. So there's like posters to Perfect Blue. There's posters to Millennium Actress, and I'm pretty sure that we see her on the train there. So Miyuki's father is a policeman, and we realize that she is too embarrassed to ask him for forgiveness for stabbing him. So her pride is really what keeps her from reconnecting with her family, just like I think pride is what keeps Jin from giving up drinking. So in this scene where she's jumped off the train to avoid being seen by her father, who's in the neighboring train, she inadvertently spills the only formula that they had for this child and the only clean diaper for it in her, trying to escape him. And what's really nice is that the other 2 actually don't really berate her because she's beating herself up here anyway. But yeah, this is where he's like, climb every mountain.
The way he sings it as well, it's typical Japanese karaoke style. They don't care how good or bad they are, but they just have to put the effort in. They just have to go for it. A bit like Noporio before on Salty Stream.
They crushed it on that stream.
It was awesome.
I can't believe I missed it. I gotta go back and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, just shout out to Steve, Prophet the Dragon. He's wrecked because he was on about 20 streams as well today, and he's busy wrapping 200 presents for his children. Merry Christmas, Steve. We'll catch you next time. No worries.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
Come on, Steve. Get on here. Get on here. Come on.
If you get a chance, please check out Purple Valkyrie's stream from earlier today, and also Salty Texas Seas. We had a kind of early Christmas party. It really, really helped me cheer up, and thank you so much for that. Yeah. Okay, back to the movie. Where are we?
Isn't this like this is right where they jump off the train and she sees her father and her father sees her and she's like,
Yeah, and because she tries to escape her dad, she drops the only formula and diaper that they've got for the baby, so they rob graves. And they actually rob the grave of a deceased baby. They
Sorry,
take
I'm
the
not laughing at that.
formula.
Yep. Yep.
It's dark
And they're like,
stuff.
they're like, it's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas
It's a
miracle that this
festive
other
miracle.
Shelby, and not just that as well. This scene had me kind of laughing and almost seeing, is this the ghost of Christmas future for Grey? Gin, I mean, you could call him Gin, or Gin was like, he took one of the sake bottles and offering on one of the graves. He's like, okay, cheers, and just opens it and starts drinking. He's knocking it back. It's like, oh my God.
What's weird is
shows-
Jin is not an uncommon name, and like, especially in other anime. Like, I mean, Jin with a J, but here they name him Jin with a G. But
With a hard G.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
I
get the
didn't
hard
think
G
I didn't
sound.
think much of it, to be honest. Like, I didn't think much of, like, the fact that his name matches the drink,
Yeah.
alcoholic drink. So
I'd miss that as well, talk about God, no brain, but thanks for pointing that out, Shelby. That's cool.
Oh, sure. And then Gin also means silver, as in old. So, like, he's like, you can put
Gin,
that
that's
together.
right. Yeah, it's Japanese for silver. Oh, nice. Silver hair.
And then Dempsey here with the idea about pride. There's different ways that you're like supposed to vow to beg for forgiveness. I mean, asking for forgiveness is a big part of Japanese culture.
Yeah.
So when companies screw up, they make public apology statements. And so yeah,
like,
I mean,
like Nintendo.
yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it. They've literally apologized for like delaying a video game or something.
Yeah, they
And
go
they're like,
out
please
and
understand.
yeah, and then they start bowing.
Yep.
Hey, Mrs. Wakizashi, how are you? Are you good? Yeah. Yes, I did.
Hey, Mrs. Wakizashi.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Wakizashi.
They're all shouting Merry Christmas.
Congratulations, Gray.
I was
You were
clearing
so
snow.
close.
I know, thanks, Purple. I can't believe it. What am I on now? 991. That's unbelievable.
9 to 1K. Let's get in there.
Thank you
folks.
so much.
So
Thank you
close.
much, shout out to Krampus is here as well. Zaxx is in the chat. Keely Chow, how you doing? Good to see you. And Nosferatu saying, if I ever offended Shelby, I am committing seppuku.
And then he'll just pop up again. It's all good.
Yeah, then he can commit Howard Carey too.
So let me bring Purple back into the conversation. Purple,
Yes.
what do you think about the, as I was saying, about the way they showed the homelessness in Japan?
I was surprised. I've never seen a film, especially an animated one, that focuses on the more realistic side of being homeless. Usually, if you see, it's kind of more they glamorize it, but this really does show the struggles that people go to when they've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, I mean they're freezing. It's cold. They're hungry. I mean, and they have to go where the food is.
That's right. And they show quite a lot of the homeless almost community, don't they? You see, some of the tents, the places which, when I travel around Japan, when I say go to Osaka or Tokyo, it's not in plain sight. You might see it under bridges, near rivers. You suddenly see the blue
What
sheets.
I was going to ask. Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
the
was gonna ask
plastic.
if both you and Shelby, if it was an actual, is homelessness a big problem the way it is in the West or in other countries?
Shelby, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, I think it is a different animal because Japan doesn't have the drug issue that I think America has, but that is kind of changing. I think, I mean, I don't really know about the inner workings of the politics of Japan, but I know that they are dealing with fentanyl from China, the way that America is too. But yeah, I mean, I have seen some homeless camps in Japan, but it is different for what it's worth. I don't know if that's if that's helpful.
It is. No,
But-
that's fascinating because it is interesting to hear how different countries deal with what's a very human problem, and this film
Yeah.
showed it brilliantly.
Yeah, I mean, and to give points to the idea of like charity, I do think that countries that have kind of Christian, like a lot of Christian soup kitchens, they do offer something that I think isn't really present in a lot of places that are like, well, you just have to deal with it. And that comes, that's like a double-edged sword, right? Because you want people to be self-sufficient and you want to offer help. So how do you balance out being charitable, but then not adding to the problem? So I mean, I don't know. That's hard.
No, that's a brilliant explanation. Thank you. I appreciate it. And it all kind of it brings together the humanity of what these people are going through. And I was very surprised watching this, just how well it was shown.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you. Got Charlie, the unicorn, who's been here before, says, I don't recall seeing large numbers of homeless when I was in Tokyo, but there were a ton of people, so they maybe would not be as obvious. And as you were saying before, Shelby, yeah, it's, as far as I know, it's not addiction or drug connected. It's more people who have lost their jobs or maybe lost their house, just had like lost their fortunes, whatever you want to call it. And it's about poverty, but there's a real kind of pride thing about it that they don't want to admit they're homeless. They don't want to take benefits. That's strange, but sorry guys, I'm all over the place. Okay, how are we doing? There was a scene I wanted to show. Oh, I just lost it. There we go. There's a scene partway through here where we see them. They find this guy, this big man who's looks like he's being crushed by a car. I thought this was a really funny scene in the middle of it. What do you think about this, guys?
Yeah, they just kind of stumble upon him. Apparently some woman knocked the car into him when he was trying to go into his trunk, and he's like struggling. It's about to crush him, and they managed to get it off of him just in the nick of time. And what's funny is they're like, we know. It's like he basically leads them. They're looking for this. I think they're looking for this woman or this place. They're looking for the baby's parents, obviously. So here they find this Yakuza. He's basically Yakuza, as you can tell.
Yeah.
And they're looking for he knows the place where the mother used to work, so that's where they lead him because they saved his life. He's in their debt, so he invites them to the club, and we find out that his daughter's marrying the owner of that club. And I don't know if it's one of his guys I don't know if it was the owner or one of the guys at the club, but he's connected with Jin somehow. Jin wanted to beat him over the head. And when he tries to beat him over the head, at the same time, some hitman is there and attempts an assassination.
Oh man, it is so great when the mob boss is actually bad mouthing his daughter's groom. He's like, yeah, he's such a freaking moron, and then that guy takes the bullet for him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And thank you, Dempsey. Dempsey hopes that we live for 100 years. 100年生きられますように. Thank you.
Thank you, Dempsey.
Wow,
and great to see Culture Casinos in the chat. How are you doing, mate? Great to see you. Thanks for dropping in.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. And Zaxx saying he hasn't seen the movie, but he'll give it a 7 at least.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
It's good to be honest. That's what I appreciate. But yeah, going back to this action scene, this kind of came out of the blue, didn't it? It came out of nowhere. They help this Yakuza boss who they don't know he's a boss, but I think Jin, he knows he is. He's trying to get them to, no, just leave it. We've helped him. Let's get out of here. But the Yakuza boss brings him to a party. It's a wedding party. And then it just goes insane. There's like an assassination scene in there. Just mind-blowing. With a cross-dressing, what do you call it? I think he's Spanish maybe, or South American.
He's probably South American or Latin American or something.
When the wife comes in later, I think she is speaking Spanish.
I gotta ask her. I'm not sure if you know, but is Tokyo? I mean, with cities nowadays, is Tokyo got a lot of like different ethnicities? Is it like a melting pot almost, or is it still like 99.9% Japanese?
Difficult to say. I think there's quite a lot of mix of Asian cultures there. Japanese, Korean, maybe Filipino, Thai, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of Indian. There's quite a lot of Indian. What else? Oh, and then Brazilian too. So, yeah.
There we go, South America. Look at this. It's just a great scene. And then this dodgy guy, this kind of, he looks like a pimp. He takes the bullets for him. Look at that. You know, they don't hold back with the action and the blood when it comes.
Yeah, and what's funny is right after this, he takes it's basically a man. That's basically a man in disguise.
Yeah.
He takes Miyuki hostage, and she's the one holding the baby. So, because of the fact that he takes her hostage, they have to the Jin and Hana have to go after her to rescue her.
Yeah.
And then Jin is just like, you know what? We lost her. She's done. Let's forget about it. And Hana's just like, screw you. I want to help. Yeah, right there.
There we see him when his wigs come off and it's revealed, you know, an assassin. It's not clear who it is, but yeah, it's such a good scene.
I haven't got this far in. This is a roller coaster of a film.
Yes, this is. Yes, this is. Yes,
Sorry for spoilers there, Purple. Go on, come in there. Sorry about that.
From what I've seen, I intend to watch the rest of it because, like I said, the animation and just the plot, it's incredible.
Oh, it gets crazy.
Animation is great.
So ridiculous.
What's next? Where are we? There's this scene as well. Can I just point this one? This made me laugh so much. Basically, it's a bit of a stereotype, but it's a Japanese film. Don't forget, by Japanese creators, and the guy speaking Spanish and threatening to kill her and grabbing her, taking her hostage, and she just goes, "Thank you very much." It's so cool. I love this scene. I used it for my avatar. There we go. So good. Okay.
You took some great screen saves there, Gray.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, there was so many. It was hard, to just take a couple, and I was like, okay, let's get one more. And I didn't even get the movie finished. It's the third time I've seen it, Purple, but I had to leave it like 10 minutes to go. I'm going to finish it again tonight, but very moving, a very emotional movie for different reasons. It can be a little bit hard to take because of the realistic depiction of addiction, homelessness in Japan, the loss of the family, but the fact that they're living together kind of as a family and they all love each other and they care about each other really comes through, I think.
I agree.
Okay. What do you reckon then? So would you give this movie a recommend to anyone who hasn't seen it before?
Yeah.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Well, I took your guys' recommendations and I didn't regret it, so thank you. Yeah, this is a film I had never heard of, and I didn't know that it had any association with what we would class as Christmas time. But
right,
it's going into my rotation.
Yeah, it's probably the one Japanese Christmas movie I could think of. That's why I was the one that's why I recommended this to Gray. Because Gray lives in Japan. Get it?
Great recommendation. I was hoping to do it, but I didn't think there'd be many people interested in maybe talking about it. I don't know why. I just thought maybe because it's a little bit dark and it's the subtitle thing as well. I'm fine with subtitles. I always watch foreign movies in the original language, but it can be difficult to find a good English subbed version.
Yeah, it's true. I definitely recommend this. This is this type of storytelling has kind of gone by the wayside in the last decade or so. It's all three characters have great character arcs and all three pay off. Like you get invested in their journeys, you get invested in what's missing from their lives and what they've gone through and how and the history behind them and what ultimately happens as a result of just, like Shelby says, rescuing or saving them. By saving the baby, they are saving themselves. And that's basically really what this is about. And it's about these people not only saving themselves, but like reuniting with their families in one way or another. I mean, Jin reunites with his daughter, we learn, because in the beginning of the movie, he says that his daughter and his wife are dead. So he's been lying to Hana. And she gets super duper pissed when they have their wholesome moment. She's like, "You freaking lied to me, dude! Like seriously."
I would be too. It's like, what the heck? And
even Miyuki's like, "Come on, don't interrupt this. This is." She's like, don't interrupt this. This is great." And they start fighting. And then when they leave, when they leave, they find this Miyuki and Hana find this woman who's just like they're walking. This woman's about to commit suicide, and they stop her. They manage to stop her before she jumps, and she's like, "Oh!" She sees the baby. She's like, "Oh, that's my baby," and they're like, "What? Well, if it's your baby, then why did you abandon it?" She's like, "I didn't know it was abandoned. My husband abandoned it." And then then Jen gets the real story from the husband, and we find out that was never their baby. That it was she stole it from the hospital. She stole the baby from the hospital from a different set of parents.
But the real all right. So I should ask, Gray, how much do you want me to give any spoilers here, or do you want people to just discover it? Because like what Sachiko goes through is really tragic. So
what do you think? We're 46 minutes into the stream, so I can put a warning, later on the description, say spoilers after this point. But we have kind of talked about a lot of the things that have happened. So is that okay? You don't mind, do you guys? Go for it.
No.
No.
So Sachiko, so as this mystery is kind of being unraveled, as they're on the hunt to find this baby's parents, you kind of hear from different neighbors that that Sachiko has actually been beating up her husband. So she's a very unstable, irrational person. And we also find out that in her desperation to keep the marriage together, she has to get pregnant to save this relationship. And she gets pregnant, but the baby is stillborn. Now, I don't want to, oh boy, it's made me cry, but that is the worst thing a woman can go through, like ever, is having to deliver a baby that you have hoped for, and you have to deliver it dead. So she kind of goes insane, right? And in her grief, she snaps and she steals the child. And then the husband finds out that this isn't his kid and abandons it. So the thing that Sachiko deals with, she really goes crazy with sadness and with depression. So I do think it is worth treating her character with some understanding that, like, so it is shocking when she's gonna do it. She's gonna jump and she's gonna kill herself, and she's holding the baby and she's like, we can be reborn together. And there's one character saying, you should do it, but leave the kid, which makes your heart stop. It's so cold. And there's another character saying, no, don't. You have so much to live for. So that's where I feel like the whole Christmas message really comes in. The idea that, like, all right, you've really screwed up, but you can do it. You can turn it around. You can live, and you can be happy, and you can have something to live for. And that's what I think makes Christmas, which can be a potentially really depressing holiday. And you flip it around and you say, no, I'm going to live. And like life is worth living,
Yes, there's always the opportunity of a second chance.
I mean, just look no further than It's a Wonderful Life.
Right, exactly.
With George at the end of the movie, he's contemplating suicide because everything in his life is going wrong. But then Clarence takes him on a journey, and he gives life another chance.
Redemption's a very exactly. That's
it's
where
necessary.
I was going. Yeah,
Redemption's necessary for humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Great points. It's funny you're bringing that up. I've been listening to 2 or 3 different versions of A Christmas Carol, getting in the mood for Christmas. Some wonderful audio productions on YouTube. I really recommend.
I hope one of them was the Muppets, Gray.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm
going
to watch that probably Christmas Day. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. For me,
Good
will be
man.
Christmas Day. It's so good. That's one of the best versions out there, Purple.
Isn't it?
What do you think?
I love it. It's one of my favorites, mainly because Michael Caine plays it so straight. It's like he's acting with these Muppets.
Genius. It's a genius decision by him, and it just works so well. And it's actually surprisingly moving, isn't it, for a Muppet film?
It is, but just going back to what Shelby and Paul was saying, the whole idea of redemption and giving somebody who you think is irredeemable a second chance, it's a very wholesome, very Christmassy idea, and you seem to see that this time of year. So people feel down, people feel like maybe they're hopeless, and then you get this Christmas message or this idea that you can turn things around if you really want to.
Yeah. Even when you think, your life is, well, you've done things so bad that they can never be forgiven or undone, there has to be a way to come back from that. There has to be redemption. Sometimes it can be hard to see a way out, but it is there. And if you've got people around you who can support you and help you find that thing, I think it's so important. When Shelby was describing it, it's like, Jesus, it's dark. You can see this movie as dark, but what is so good about it is that there's always kind of light there. And I know they do play it for laughs sometimes. You kind of, break the tension with the exaggerated comedy of the faces, for example, the characters like making stupid mistakes and things like this. Look at Hannah here, like some of the facial expressions. Okay, guys. Let's get to this scene. There's an incredible scene where you've got Gin, the homeless man, the father. He's been beaten up by a group of teenage Japanese kids, which does happen, by the way. Check out Beat Takeshi's movie, Violent Cop. There was this period of homeless being killed in big cities 20, 30 years ago. But anyway,
would you call those kids droogs?
Oh my God, Clockwork Orange. I don't know what you call them, but yeah. Anyway, they kind of beat this guy up, and he has his vision. It's like an angel, and maybe Shelby, you could describe it better. What does the angel say to him? What does she offer him?
私の魔法か救急車で呼んでどっちでもいいの? I was like, do you want my magic or do you want an ambulance? And he goes, I want an ambulance.
You wonder what she means by magic.
Uh-huh.
And Oliver Light goes out. But I think, Gray, is this a man from the trans club, or is that actually an angel?
I think it is another transvestite.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a transvestite. It sounds like a woman to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
We see them later in this. This is Hannah's ex-boss, isn't it? The boss of the club. We see them helping Jin or Gin in here. That's right, Mama-san.
Okasan.
Mama.
Mama. They have a reunion there. There's Hannah and Mama.
Yeah. It's beautiful, very theatrical, and very moving.
There they are. Can you see? It's a very dark picture, but in the club you can see Jin kind of wakes up surrounded by women or men or maybe both. Not sure. How are we doing? Okay. Oh, Norinrad's in the chat. Good to see Norinrad. Also, Lisa's still here. Great to see you. Looking good. Okay, guys. So what I thought we can do is we can wrap up the review. And if you want to hang around for a little bit, have a little bit of a Christmas party or just chat for a bit, or we can close the stream, see how you're doing. How are you all doing for time?
I'm good.
Doing
it's good
fine.
To,
yeah,
a good out if you want. You can drop, and my feelings won't be hurt. Really, it's only 3
we
p.m.
never
here,
say no.
Okay, so let's
it's
get back
fun.
to sorry, Napoleon recommended it. Shelby and Purple. Go for Shelby first. What would you give this out of 10, and do you recommend it?
I would honestly give this movie like an 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10. It's not the kind of thing that, I mean, I wouldn't put it on at like a Christmas party because it's just a little dark,
Yeah.
But as a cinematic, work, I think it's amazing and it's beautiful. The art is fabulous. I think the voice acting is fabulous. And I just love how everybody makes sense. I think everybody's story makes sense. Everybody talks like a real person. I feel like everything wraps up in a really great way. And I like that it's deep. It's a deep, well-produced movie. So 8.5/9.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Purple, how about you?
I
What you've
mean-
seen so far, I know, I realise.
I was going to say, I would struggle to give it a rating because I'm only about half an hour in, but from what I've seen, I'm really looking forward to finishing it. And thank you guys for recommending this, because this is a film that would go on completely under my radar had you not mentioned it. But I agree with what Shelby said. This film is incredibly deep. It takes directions that I wouldn't expect, but the source and the subject matter it handles incredibly sensitively, and
Yeah.
I love the animation.
Animation's great, and here's Hannah in her earlier years, like the singing scene in the club when she was still at the transvestite club. It's so cool. Okay, thanks for that, Purple. Nurporial, do you want to give it a score out of 10? 10 Satoshi Kons.
I guess I could say I give it a 9 out of 10.
Wow. Okay, awesome.
It's a great movie. It's like you said, like they said, it's a dark movie, but I think it's deep enough. It's wholesome enough to be a Christmas movie. It's awesome seeing 3 homeless people kind of redeem themselves. And of course, once again, my favorite character is Hana. She's the most likable, the most humane out of all the characters, and even she has her own arc. And hers is probably the most tragic, because I think she identified with the baby right away. That's why she wanted to take care of the baby, because I think she was abandoned too as a baby, as a kid.
Yes, it is Jennifer Lawrence culture. You're right.
That's such a good
Yeah,
shot
Jennifer
there.
Lawrence starred as an animated character in this before Satoshi Kon ever
True
thought
story.
of making this movie.
Jennifer Lawrence drew all of this by
Yeah, she-
herself.
Yep, she drew all this. She did all the voices before anybody else did. She did all the music before anybody else did in
She
this.
did all the music.
She founded Japan before anybody else did. Did you know that,
She
Craig?
did.
Like
Yeah.
before there were samurai, before there was the Tokugawa, before the island was even formed, there was Jennifer Lawrence. Jesus.
See,
I
now
could
I
go
really
on
want to
forever
see a
with this.
Godzilla-sized Jennifer Lawrence.
Before there was
just
Godzilla,
looking-
there was Jennifer Lawrence.
Are you saying, Nurporial, are you saying that Jennifer Lawrence dipped her sword into the sea and the drops formed the 4 islands of Japan? Unbelievable. I had no
Yes.
idea.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you
They're
very
saying you
much.
got 995 subs now.
I know, we're so
Dude,
close.
You could get there before Christmas, Gray.
No way. Oh my God, that's amazing. We'll see what happens. And again, I'm still kind of paranoid that YouTube will be like, we're not monetizing him. He just like shows comic book reviews, He shows like things that are not his own content.
How are you doing for public? How are you doing for public watch hours?
Oh,
Do you
no
have
problem.
over
I
4,000?
beat it a while back because I got that lucky
Nice.
video, the Lucky Matrix review, this time last
Oh,
year.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. So that's a wrap for the review. I give it, again, you've got to be in the right mood to see this, I think. It surprised me because it was going quite dark, but then, the kind of turnaround, the redemption arc, and the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing really, really got to me and may have caused a little tear or two this time last year. So I really enjoyed it. I recommend it. I'd give it a strong 9 out of 10. Okay. How are we doing? Salty's asking how many watch hours. Oh, sorry, Dempsey. No, I think you need 4,000 and I've got maybe 6. So I'm very lucky about that. I'm very, very lucky.
Easy.
It's weird, isn't it? Most people like get the subs first and then the watch hours come later. But
Yeah, I
Gray's
did
like,
that.
I've got to be the opposite, haven't I? I've got to do it the wrong way round.
Yeah,
Gotta be
for-
different, haven't you, Gray? Yeah.
Yeah, for me, a reason why I had more subs than hours was because I only made videos. Whereas once I started doing live streams, that bumped it up quite a bit.
That's it. Me too, mate. Me too. I just got one lucky video. It got like ridiculously because the Matrix came out early here, like Matrix
Yes, I remember.
regurgitation. So I got like 30,000 for that. I had more comments than subscribers on that video. I was like, what's going on?
So if you get these subscribers before Christmas, you could be monetized before New Year's.
No, I thought it takes ages, doesn't it?
No,
Purple?
oh,
Take
no,
a
it
few
can-
months.
No, not at all. It
No.
can take a couple of days. You can go
Yeah,
straight through.
it'll take a couple of days. They evaluate your channel, and then then you get they'll tell you, it's like sending an application to a university. You're like, will I get in? Will I get in? Will I get in? It was the same feeling, at least for me.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. It's awesome. And the people in the chat, I really
Great.
appreciate it. Listening to me
Refresh.
waffle on.
Refresh your account.
I don't want to. I'm scared. I've only got like my computer's so crap. I've only got 2 tabs open. I've got this and I've got the stream running.
Holy.
Okay. Holy shit, says Salty. 1,000. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what will happen, guys? Tomorrow it'll be like 991 or something.
You did it. You got to 1K.
Yay.
You did it.
Congratulations.
All right. Woohoo.
Cheers. Merry Christmas, everyone. Kampai.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Goodbye.
That's insane. That's all down to your support, all of you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow. Okay. So what do we do now? Do we start the party now? Let's all go. Let's go to a karaoke snack bar. Come on.
Let's go. Oh,
Or a
man.
transvestite one. Which one?
First round from Gray.
Let's do it. Let me stop sharing this. Sorry. Oh my god, did I lose somebody? Oh no, that's all right, isn't it? I thought I lost somebody. Ah, right. What did we do? I'm kind of what's the word, guys? Speechless. I don't know what to say. All I can do maybe is drop a clip. Let me find one quickly. A quick clip. What's the celebratory one? What do I have? This is the wrong one to play. So no, I'm just kidding.
You're getting a lot of love.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, Purple. I cut you off.
I have to ask the chat a selfish favor. I'm one away from 1,800. If someone can sub to me,
Yes.
I'll break 1,800.
Nice.
Please subscribe to Nerdporial Lifeform. Zaxx, if you're there, can you drop Nerdporial's link in the chat? Say I will do that afterwards. I always put everyone's links in the description once it's sorted. So that's awesome, Nerdporial. I remember when you were getting close to 1,000. That's when I first found you, and I saw you. You were climbing, and then you hit it. It was so cool. You were my kind of like one of my main inspirations. It's like, yes, we can do this. We can do this. Somebody I met in the chat of I think Nerdrotic to begin with is like, he's got his own channel now and he's hit 1,000. So maybe I can do it too. Nos is about to unsub.
Oh no.
Nos keeps
That's
unsubbing
spite.
and then resubbing. He's like driving me crazy. Culture saying now it'll rot back, but then it will lift up over a few days. Just be prepared. Yeah, thanks, Culture. I've seen it a lot. I hit like 980 and then it went down to 960 after a couple of days. It was weird. I lost 20, then gained 15. It's like it's all over the place, Purple, isn't it?
I'm there. Thank you.
Oh, you got it.
Whoever subs, thank you.
And sorry, Gray, I was taking a picture. But yes, you are absolutely right. Culture's correct. It bounces up and down for a couple of days, and then what you'll find is you'll get like an explosion, and you'll get 50, and it will just keep going up then.
Awesome. Thank you for your advice. Watch hours are good. Thanks, Mags. Yeah, the watch hours are like over 6,000. So been lucky. The best way is if you get a lucky video, but then as Nurpori was saying, live streams. Live streams are where you will get the watch hours.
Yeah, so I started doing video game live streams. I started doing discussions, and yeah, now it's ancient history.
You go on about your early videos being not that good quality. They're amazing, mate. I love your Mario retrospectives. I love your Forbidden Planet retrospective.
Yeah, that had a big bump back in October. A big bump in October. The 65 and up demographic started watching my videos, so now I'm a hit with the 65 and up crowd. And then my Ocarina one that I did a couple months ago, that just got a bump too. I don't get the algorithm. Like it seems like my videos perform better months after I've released them than when I first put them up. I don't get it. I don't get this.
He's had some amazing videos, just they just roll, and ones that you don't expect.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Thanks, Lisa. Nene as well. Thanks, mate, for pointing that out. Nene's a good friend from Scandinavia. Great to see you. Prost or Skoll, whatever you say. Thank you so much. And Coach is saying that. Thank you, Lisa. Nurporial, 1,800. That's awesome. That's really good. Okay, I want to get Shelby's input. Shelby, you still there?
I'm still here.
How is it you found this like little fellowship on YouTube? How did you find us? I was really curious.
Boy, well, I think it started through Film Threat. And
Right.
just kind of rolled from there. And Oh my goodness. And then I had so much fun watching the peripherals with Brian, Steve, and Zach. That was so fun.
Oh,
That was
don't
really
remind
fun.
me that was just like I was just like, oh, this is another bad show.
No, it was really
Talk
was
about a show
hilarious.
like jumping off a cliff after a few episodes. What happened to that?
Gosh. Oh, and then
You
I
have to you have to
really
give it you have to give the you have to follow the 4 episode rule. You know,
Yeah.
if it's or like you have to be careful. Like now you have to be wary of bait. Like you see something good, and then after a few episodes, and it just takes a nosedive.
Yes, we almost
Yeah.
had that with House of the Dragon. Had that little bit of a wobble mid-season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had really liked Purple had a really great video on, I think it was Tolkien. It was like real places Tolkien lived.
Oh,
And
yes,
I
thank
love
you.
those. Those were such wonderful
Me
videos.
too.
Thank you so much.
I want to go. And then I oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just very, very lucky to live nearby, and I think sometimes you don't appreciate what you've got in your own back garden sometimes.
Sure. Yeah,
That's
and then
very true.
I
Very
just
true.
I really like Gray's channel. I think it's really fun having such a nice variety of content, like going between Gray's comic book stuff and people have like video game streams. So like working from home, I just have such a great variety of like smaller channels where I feel like people are accessible instead of kind of getting lost in the midst of like 5,000 or 6,000 people watching and commenting, where it is just an absolute melee and like you can't connect with anybody.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
like this. It's like very homey.
That's what Salty's talked about a lot. It's like we kind of maybe found each other kind of through channels like Nerdrotic and ours, and which are great channels, but they've kind of got so big that it's difficult to keep the connection there. And they're smaller, if you don't mind me saying, the kind of smaller fellowship that we've been putting together for a while. I think I'm so lucky to be a part of it, for one. But yeah, as you said, Shelby, we feel like we can just jump in each other's streams. We're always welcome. We get invitations like unexpectedly. We get unexpected Christmas streams, Purple and Salty, just out of the blue. It's so great, and it means so much to me because I talked about it before, feeling a little bit lonely at this time of year, not going back to see my folks anymore because they're both gone, and my daughter's away until next week. So you guys, you've really helped me like find the Christmas spirit, rediscover my Christmas mojo, even though I nearly lost it in whiskey last Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever that was. Oh dear.
Whatever Christmas spirit you prefer, Gray, you go for it.
Thank you. This is on a local stout. It's Dyson G Beer, not the vacuum cleaner company, but the local mountain. It's a tiny craft beer brewery halfway up the mountain. Dyson.
Oh yeah.
It's a real genuine Dyson sphere.
Look at it, Boreal. Fantastic. I never even thought of that side of a Dyson. No way.
Relics is a great TNG episode.
You've got me rewatching that. I've gone right back to the beginning. I know I'm doing original series too, but I watched Encounter at Farpoint because who was it? The Brandon Sanderson stream with Prophet of the Dragon, and he was kind of slagging it off, saying, oh, the first 3 seasons of Next Generation, it's terrible. And he was like praising Wheel of Time and Rings of Power. That first episode of Next Generation, it is unbelievably good. It's really good. It's so well acted.
It is. I totally agree. The rest of the season,
Okay, does it go a bit? I can't remember that.
yeah,
well. It's been years.
there's some pretty bad episodes, but not bad enough. Like not bad like New Trek level. New Trek bad is that's just completely unrecognizable.
Purple and Shelby, have you watched any of the recent, new Star Trek? I don't know if you're ever a fan of the old stuff.
I pretty much tapped out at Voyager. I wasn't a big fan of Enterprise, even though I know it steadily got better just before they cancelled it. But I watched 1 episode of Discovery and I was like, no, I'm out. Not even Doug Jones could keep me interested in that show.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same here. Actually.
I like Voyager. I did Enterprise. I found off-putting at first when it came out. I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they had the fact that they had that song "Faith of the Heart" was so cringe. I'm like, you go from
Russell
Jerry
Watson.
freaking Goldsmith's Voyager theme to freaking "It's Been a Long World Living." I'm like, this is cringe. Like this is cringe. This is a cringe opening. I'm like, why couldn't you just hire like another composer to compose an epic theme? But I don't know. But the Enterprise was okay, but then once it got to season 3 is where it really started to pick up.
It did.
And
It
then
took
season
a while.
4 tried to connect to TOS.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's a shame it got canceled after that.
Yeah, it took too long for them to find their own voice, and when they did, that was it. They pulled the plug on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I heard that. I've not watched it. I can't stand the song, and it's actually by Russell Watson, who was more famous as an opera singer. He's a British. I think he's from my hometown. He's from Manchester. A British opera singer who became kind of famous and started doing covers like what's it, Vienna by Ultravox, things like that. And then he did that theme
It was
song.
you,
which
wasn't
is-
it? Really great. You're the singer.
I wish I could sing like him. Jesus, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
But
I always skip that. I always skip the song. I like I don't skip like
skip intro.
Yeah.
We need to do karaoke stream volume 2, and this time it's like karaoke stream cringe
Oh my
version.
I'm too afraid.
Yes.
No, it'd be great. We just
Never mind
don't
songs.
we don't have to actually post it to YouTube. We can just do it on like Discord so that no one has to deal with it if it sucks.
Sounds good. So you guys okay? What should we do? I can keep going, but if you want to bounce, now is the time. Please let me know. And it's no pressure, you know. You're welcome to go. But don't leave.
I will bounce if that's okay. I'm gonna.
Yeah, of
back
course,
next. I need
Purple.
to go take my contact lenses out. Would you believe? But great, congratulations. I was so proud and very well deserved.
Thank you, and thank you for. I can't believe how like Purple first agreed to come on my channel a while back. You know, I was like, no way. You know, Purple's a big live streamer. She's a big YouTube name to me. I was like, yeah, man. And then I never forget that. And thank you for your advice and your support. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for letting me join you guys today, and thank you for the recommendation. And Shelby, it's a pleasure to stream with you. Thank you.
Oh, it was so nice talking to you. I really hope you have a wonderful holiday.
You too. Merry Christmas, guys. I will be in the chat, but
Do you want to
well
shout
done.
anything out, Purple, before you go?
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to Wakazashi's Tea House.
Are you going to do the Christmas stream, possibly, or I'm probably busy with family and friends? Yeah.
Probably not, but I'm sure there will be Christmas streams going on. But thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me join today.
Of
I appreciate
course.
it.
Always welcome. This is always open every Friday. Every Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, please come.
Yes, indeed, guys. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you very, very soon.
Bye bye.
All right.
Okay,
Take care,
good night.
Purple.
Merry
Have a
Christmas.
good night. I'm just going to say, if you subscribe to Wakizashi, there may be a side effect. You're going to get an undeniable craving for ramen. Like right now, I have a really deep craving for some tonkotsu pork broth with the pork broth with the noodles and the duck egg and everything. Just at least that's what they have at Chicago Ramen. Not too far from me. So.
Is that your favorite style of ramen? Nipori or tonkotsu?
I think so. Yeah. Oh my gosh! Look who's
Speaking
here.
of
I'm
ramen.
just here to say congratulations, Greg.
You too, brother. Your support means so much. Salty is like, you know, invited me onto his stream when he, you know, I was a small, tiny little channel, which I still am, and he was a bigger, much bigger channel. And I never forget that, mate. You were so welcoming right from the start. Thank you.
You kept saying you didn't understand why people wanted to watch you, and I kept saying, "What the hell are you talking about?" and I think that's been proven right. I mean, Gray, your voice is so important, and I'm the one who's honored to work with you, and Nerdtorial, and everyone that's in our little group over here, and that's it, man. Like, dude, thank you for doing this. Thank you for getting up every day, not knowing if anybody's going to watch your videos and making videos. I know what that's like. We all know what that's like, right? It takes a lot to do that. So I just want to say thank you, and I always knew you'd get it. Always.
Thank you for being a friend. Let's all go for it. How does it go again?
Travel down the world
Down the
and
road
back
and back
again.
Yeah.
Your heart is true. You're a pal
friend
and a confidant.
Wow.
And if you threw a party inviting everyone,
Their tutorial,
you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say thank you for being a friend.
We can't stop him, Salty. It's a new tutorial.
Yeah, you can. It's called the mute button. Mute button.
I love that song. I love the Andrew Gold. Thank you for being a friend.
Golden
Me
Girls,
too.
man.
I played the crap out of it not too long ago.
I know he's
So
cheesy,
I know
but
that song
I
by
love
heart.
it.
Golden Girls is a great show too, by the way.
But Salty, it might be smokey, but we mean it, man. Thank you for being a friend, and thank you for the Christmas card again. I really hope you get mine in time, but it's probably too late, isn't it? Like, what's going on, Japan? Come on.
As long as I get it before like June, it'll be fine. But is there anything that I can add to the stream? Because I didn't just come on for me. Is there anything that I can add? Otherwise, I'll get the hell out of here because I don't just want to take up space. But what are you guys going to talk about?
Your voice.
I didn't know if you guys were going to still watch Tokyo Godfathers, which is an incredible film. It's beautiful. It blows my mind that this director did this film and the other two that he did, including Paprika. It's completely insane to me. It is such a loss that we lost this guy. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge anime fan. I'm not. But this guy's style and the human elements which he brings to these characters in a Christmas story in anime, it's crazy. I just want to say that. It's a crazy good movie.
I got a great anime series to recommend to you, Salty.
Yes.
I know you're not a big fan, but this is a brilliant psychological thriller that it doesn't have the anime tropes. You know, you don't see like, you know,
Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. No, but yeah, this series is called Monster, and it's something I definitely recommend. It's probably one of the best written animes of all time, one of the best written mangas of all time.
Will you watch it
and
with
it's
me?
widely talked about. Huh?
Watch episode 1 with me. Let's watch it.
I would.
See what you're
I will.
about. All right.
I actually have
good.
it. I have it.
I'm in too, Poriel. I'm off now for like 10, 11 days, so that'd be awesome. I'd love to do a watch party.
We have to give Grace something other than just get drunk every day. So let's watch.
It's an excuse like, oh, it's Christmas. It's like, yeah, Gray, you say that every day.
Hi, Shelby. I don't mean to ignore you. It's
no,
great to
not
see
at
you.
all. Hi, Salty. What would you rate this? Out of 10?
I've only seen about half of it because I got busy cooking crab, and I've been picking crab out of every nook and cranny of my kitchen because mistakes were made, but it was still delicious. And but honestly, from what I saw, and I'm not the biggest anime fan, I from just a purely entertainment standpoint, I would say a 7, but I'm not a huge anime fan. And so I would like to see the rest of this. I don't like some of the elements of some things, but that's why I'm not an anime fan. Yet the story is pretty damn remarkable, and the animation is remarkable. And the fact that it's a Christmas story and the reoccurring theme of miracles. I find it interesting not knowing how Christmas is necessarily perceived in Japan. Do you know what I mean? If it's even irrelevant at all. So,
you know, it's funny. Speaking of Christmas, me and Piss were doing a Die Hard stream, and the one thing we noticed about the Christmas party at the Nakatomi building is that they keep playing "Ode to Joy." Like it's such a common thing to play in Japan, and this movie kind of confirms that what we were talking about during that stream, that they play "Ode to Joy," the Beethoven's Ninth, quite a bit during the Christmas season in Japan. So yeah, it's very interesting to see. And to answer Nay's question, it might still be on YouTube.
Okay, nice.
Monster might still be on YouTube, but I have my own copy. I have my own digital copy. Yar.
Shout out to Whooper Trooper who says Monster is just okay. I prefer the spin-off Pocket Monster.
Well, Whooper, there's no Pokemon, so since there's no Pokemon in the show, Whooper is not going to be interested. I don't even know how he watches Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. I guess it's way too popular in the mainstream that he'll give up his Pokemon requirement to watch those, or if it's Russian.
Thanks, Dempsey, for that as well. Prime Wire, Sailing the Seas, 7 Seas, if you don't mind, if you got a good VPN.
I have a quick question. This isn't really related to anime, but Salty, do you ever listen to Art Bell from the 90s?
Oh, of course I do.
Oh, God.
I
me
just
too.
got-
Heard Art Bell.
Yeah,
Coast to
I just
Coast.
got done. Yeah, I finished listening to all of his interviews with Father Malachi Martin,
Uh-huh.
and
Mm.
I love Malachi Martin. I think he's amazing. But this
Art Bell's
this
timeless. Sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, he really is. And this movie had gotten me thinking about angels, and I'm one of those people that believes that they're real. I don't think we can see them, but I think certain things have happened to me and they've happened to my husband, and I believe that there are friendly, good spirits that reach out to us, and and I don't know, and so I don't know how angels are perceived in Japan other than as like a costume or I mean, I believe that there are people who believe that they are real in that religious sense over there. I can't speak for people, obviously, but yeah, I mean, I would love to find out like what does the angel mean to you? I don't know.
I
I'm just
believe in
curious.
angels. Oh, sorry, that's ABBA, isn't it?
Can I say one thing and then Gray, I'll let you respond.
Go
to
for
that
it,
from a
Salt. You can say
Japanese
many
cultural
things.
perspective.
Please.
So, I mean, the thing, see, I do Phenomenal, the Woo Woo Show, but, let's be honest, there's really no conspiracy theories left anymore. It's just a conspiracy facts. But if one thing the last 3 years has taught us is that evil, absolute evil exists. And it is extraordinarily good at infiltrating and corrupting virtually anyone who is hungry for power or money or whatever. So much to the
Infiltrating.
point
Really salty.
that they would
Infiltrating. is Zaxx.
infiltration, but that they will not only sell out their country, but they will sell out children as well. And if that's the case, and you will allow your entire nation to be poisoned, that means evil exists. And if evil exists, nature needs balance. So if true evil exists, then good. Manifestations of good has to exist because this is how nature operates. Matter and antimatter. It's the same principle. Things are in balance. So I agree with you. I mean, in what manifestations they are, how they manifest themselves, I'm not entirely sure, but I do believe we can call them angels, but I do think there are power sources, or there are people, or there are energies out there that have to balance out the evil shit we're seeing from the globalists. Just gonna say that.
I've just felt it. Like, since this is Christmas time, can I share a really quick kind of ghost story? Is that okay?
Yeah, just welcome Zaxx. Hi Zaxx, how you doing?
Hi, Zaxx.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and mate, thanks so much to you as well. Your support, it's amazing what you've done. You're always like commenting on my videos. You're always pushing me in your live streams, pushing me. Yeah, we'll talk about that on live. But yeah, thank you so much, mate. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, dude. Well deserved. I want to hear this ghost story.
Yeah, Shelby, take it away.
Okay, so when I was 15, I used to take like dance classes, and one of my friends stopped showing up, and she kind of like disappeared. She didn't go to class, and she wasn't in softball anymore, and she was just kind of like off the face of the earth. And then someone said she's in the hospital. She has leukemia. And then it was really quick, and all of a sudden we're at the funeral, and then like her casket was being wheeled by, and like that's kind of when it hits you. And I remember being at the funeral and like watching her brother like stand over the open grave, and he was like watching them fill it in, like everyone was walking away. And I remember going to bed that evening, and it was like one of those nights where this has never happened to me, but I the second that my head hit the pillow, I was out. That never happened. I was asleep. And all of a sudden, I can hear music. And I can hear it like behind doors, like there's, like clinking glasses and people are laughing and there's guitars playing and like everyone's like having a great time. And actually, Zaxx, you've probably seen something like this when you were in Portugal, but like all of a sudden, I'm aware that I'm in a big, old, like a really, really old space with large arches that are like two stories high, and they're like salmon colored but fresco, so like the paint's kind of peeling, and you could tell that there was something really brightly colored there, but it's very old now. And there's deep blue, shiny marble tile. And there's a long staircase that's white and it has like a gold railing. And there's all these potted plants that are in really gorgeous, like hand painted ceramic pots. And I go up the stairs and all these doors are lined down this long hallway and they're all numbered. And the music gets louder and the laughter gets louder. And clearly behind each one of these doors, the best party in the world is happening. Like joy. And I stop at a door and it opens and there's Maggie. And she goes, "Hey, I just have to tell you something. Everything's great here. Can you just tell my dad? And can you just tell Pete? And I will see you soon." And I can like see there's like balloons and people are hugging. And like there's like all these people behind her, like hundreds of people having a party just in her room. And she shuts the door and I wake up. And I don't know. It's hard to convince me that wasn't a message that I was supposed to give to Pete and her dad. I don't know. So to me, I feel like that is an angel,
What did you feel like when you woke up? What did that feel like?
I felt like I wanted to go back asleep and I wanted to go back.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to her more. Yeah. And then ever since then, if someone died, I would go to sleep hoping that would start up again, that I could go back. And I haven't been able to. It's never like no one has ever reached out to me again like that. And like I actually got I went through a period where I got mad. Like I got mad at God for not letting me have that experience again with everybody I've ever loved who's passed away. Like, why is it just her, But you just have to accept that that's just the way it's going to be. And you can't really control it. At least I can't. So anyway, for what it's worth, I think angels exist. I think they're good. And I think they want the best for us. So that's my Christmas ghost story.
That's a great Christmas ghost story. We should have had you on this week on Wednesday.
Oh, that's fine. I think that's the only one that I can think of that's really worthwhile.
I wish I could have been on Zaxx because of work. I couldn't join you, but I don't have a Christmas ghost story. But that used to be a big thing in England many years ago. To tell a Christmas ghost story. Many of the old classic writers used to write them. It was famous. The BBC used to broadcast Christmas ghost stories. They'd make a play or whatever short film of them. So yeah, very interesting. Wow, thanks for sharing that, Shelby.
Yeah.
Okay, Napoleon has to split. So, Napoleon, before you go, please shout out what you have coming up. And Merry Christmas, by the way. Merry Christmas, mate.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. What do I got coming up? Well, I've been working on a video for over a month now, so I think I need to get to it and finish it. It's a Better Call Saul video.
You need an editor? You need an editor or somebody with a bat to come and beat you up? Which one?
Probably the bat to get me to edit more and stuff. But
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
And I still have 2 videos that I teased at the end of my videos I did a few months ago, so I need to get on those. And after that, who knows? But stream, next Wheel of Time stream is going to be on Monday.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry. So sorry for you, Napoleon.
Yeah, I had I was completely unhinged watching episode 1, and people really enjoyed that stream. Like people really found it entertaining, and apparently, the fact that Daniel credited credited my nerd status is probably the thing that I probably got the most out of it. So Daniel, it gives me the certification of true nerd cred. I know I did something right there. But but other than that, I don't know what I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any streams next week planned, so I'm going to continue reading. I'm reading Great Hunt right now. I plan to resume the discussions in January, so probably keep my Sunday time slot open, and hopefully, I want to bring in more people. Salty, definitely invite you to join us.
With what?
For the premiere of discussing Great Hunt. I don't know how many parts it's going to be.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Well, don't worry. 2023 promises to give us even more shit in Time Bandits streaming.
Oh yeah,
Time Bandits.
Right. Oh no.
Coming.
First they ruined Willow, now they're going to ruin Time Bandits. Oh boy.
Are you serious, Salty? I thought you were joking.
Dude, why would I ever besmirch
I love that film.
Good name,
it's an awesome film
of Terry Gilliam in Time Bandits? I would never joke about that. Seriously.
Oh my gosh. Well, Nerdporial, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for your awesome Nerdporial input as ever. Thank you, mate. I really appreciate it. And all the best for tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Well, today now, isn't it? Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Have a very Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you too, and everybody, chat. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas, Brian.
See ya.
Anybody else? Are you good? Then there were four.
I'm good. So Shelby, your dream, I think that's kind of an amazing experience that you described, and I think it's one of those things that it was meant for you, and maybe the reason that other people don't have those experiences because you weren't so close to her that you could still remove yourself from that and live the rest of your life if that message wasn't passed from you to her closest loved ones. Then maybe they couldn't have done what you've been able to do. Like that could be sort of the message in there with you.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
it's strange.
sometimes with events like that, it's like being driven past by a semi and you're standing too close to the sidewalk. Do you know what I mean? You kind of get caught up in the flow of what's dispersed by something with moving that kind of an energy. So you get caught up in the vortex, which isn't to say that you were there, but you had the attunement for whatever reason to be able to kind of be carried along with the momentum of that and then be set down in a place. And maybe your role, like Zaxx says, was to communicate that. But not everybody feels those things, and not everybody has the ability to sense them,
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not any kind of medium. That's not that never happens. And I've been very close to other people who have died and nothing, like I didn't get anything, and that's when I got mad. Like she and I were we were friends, but she wasn't like my best friend. We were just kind of in the same class. So sometimes you think that things are going to happen in one order, and then they, just it doesn't make, and it didn't make sense to me. But man, like I've never felt anything like that, and I don't remember seeing anything like that in books or in movies that I could, in my prefrontal cortex, rearrange and put into the dream. So I totally understand Nay's comment that I think it makes sense to kind of question my experience, but I am telling you, like, it was different. It was different from other dreams, and it's difficult for me to communicate why it was different, but you just kind of feel it. But yeah, when my husband was he was caught in a freak snowstorm on a mountain years ago on Mount Washington, and he couldn't see how to get down. Like the wind was really bad, and his one peanut butter jelly sandwich was totally frozen, so he couldn't even bite it. He had to like suck on it. And he was like, I am not dying here, so I have to get down. And he's starting to climb down. He slips, he slides all the way down this like sheet of ice on a cliff. And he says, I heard a voice say, roll on your side now. And he just did it. And that sent him off one side into a tree. And if he hadn't done that, he would have gone off a different cliff and been crushed. He would have been dead. So he's like, I heard a voice. The voice said to me, roll on your side now. And he just listened to it. So yeah, I firmly believe that whether it's like the spirit of an ancestor or if it's an angel or a guardian angel, I don't know, but I felt it. So yeah.
Just before, thank you for that again for sharing. Before Salty Traveling Sea, before you leave, mate, I wanted to have a very small pour for you. I got this because I thought of you and the Wolf Brothers chat. It's called Wolfburn.
Oh,
first time to try it. It's a Scotch whiskey with a I think it's made in sherry casks, matured in sherry. So little bit feminine maybe, but hey, it suits me.
No, not at all. No. I have a couple Highlands that are aged in bourbon barrels that I actually really like. Those a lot.
Yes.
So if you like sherry, it'll impart a really nice character to your Scotch. Well, I'm going to drink to you.
Thanks again. Let's do a kampai. Kampai and sláinte.
Kampai. Come
Cheers.
on. Kampai, sláinte. Here's looking up your old address. Kampai.
Kampai.
Gentlemen, Gray, you earn this. You earn this.
It's been a long time coming,
Hurry
but
up
we
and
got
apply.
there. Thanks to Salty and Zaxx. Of course, Shelby, your support. People have been shouting me out. Purple Valkyrie. Everybody who's helped me get here. I can't believe it. As we all know, we'll be gone tomorrow. It'll probably be gone. It'll be like back down to. It doesn't matter, does it? You pass the threshold once, and that's enough.
Yeah.
See how we go on.
You have a great channel.
It'll be back.
Thank you. So, Schulte, listen to me. Schulte, I'm not drunk yet. What do you want to shout out before you go?
I don't want to shout anything out. I want to shout you out. I want to shout out Gray. I want to shout out you. Dude, I do. You and I, we've had a lot of conversations. Oh, okay, fine. You and I have had a lot of conversations. I will never divulge them. We all have self-doubts about our channels. We all don't want to help. What the hell are we doing wrong? Why is that person doing this when they don't, like the whole thing? But Gray, dude, from the very beginning, I said, you'll be monetized by the end of this year. Not for the first time. Hashtag Salty's right. So I'm honored you're my friend, and you richly deserve this, really. So, cheers.
It's the deep
brother.
state.
Thank you so much.
We've finally defeated the deep state.
I wish I would have one hell of a body burning party. I'll tell you that. On that note, I'm going to go and clean up because I'm trying to get rid of crap that's all over my kitchen. I love you guys. Zaxx, it's really good to see you. I hope we get to work together again soon. Shelby, it was wonderful
good to see you.
Hail to everybody in chat. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys soon.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Come
Christmas.
by.
Come by. All right, sorry about that.
Good. No, not at all.
I totally rambled on
No, I wanted to shout Salty out because he had to go. So yeah, go for it. We're fine. Zaxx, are you okay for time? At the minute? Oh, Zaxx is frozen.
Yeah.
Oh my
God.
God. Oh yeah, you're here.
Yeah. No, that was. Oh no. Am I here?
No, you're okay now. You're moving now.
What's happening?
You're moving. Have you been having internet issues? Because I've heard it's been hitting a few people, different parts of America.
God.
It's been happening here with some of the weird weather we've been having.
What connection was?
It's really cold in Canada, I'm sure. Probably literally frozen.
I think it's minus 50, isn't it? Zaxx,
it is. It's not actually as bad today. It's minus 20 something Celsius. I don't know what that is. Fahrenheit, probably like close to minus 8, something like that Fahrenheit.
Wow.
But it's been really cold this week with the wind too. It's been snowing every day. I had to shovel twice a day one day this week, which is not abnormal, but it's just annoying. Yeah. And I refuse to buy a snowblower because I can shovel.
This is why you have such huge shoulders and biceps, isn't it? Now I get it. You're always clearing snow in Canada.
I don't know. You are always clearing snow in Canada. That's 100% true. But hey, this is you celebrating Gray.
It is. Congratulations, buddy.
Before Christmas Day. Is it Christmas Day there yet?
No, it's 3:40 p.m. on Christmas Eve. So actually, I can't believe it. I was hoping to get there by the end of the year. That was my goal. when I first started the channel, you know, maybe a year and a half. But if I can get to it by Christmas 2022, I'll be delighted. So we'll see how it goes. But Zaxx, I know, not to be a downer, but
Yeah.
does it really mean that much anymore? You know, getting monetized, because I don't know. You don't really get much money unless you're, you know, hundreds of thousands of subs and views, and you know.
Well, what it does is it's nice because like it's a goal, right? And you deserve to hit that goal a long time ago, with like the quality of stuff that you make, and you like way before me, that's for sure.
No,
But
no.
You're just in
listen.
Japan. You're just in Japan, and your audience is in North America and
Yeah.
the UK, and so it's like we say, it's Lady Hawk. We can't quite see you, and so you do your streams in the morning, and it's like 5 a.m. and I would totally watch, but I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. I love you, but not, you know, there's limits. Right?
Not that much.
Yeah. And so that's just been the issue, and so it's frustrating when I see I see you like that, and your stuff is great, and you're consistently putting out like positive vibes, which we don't have enough of, and that draws me to you and your reviews of you love your comics. You get like a little kid when you get your comics, and I get your video in the morning, and it's great reviewing a comic, and even if it's not great, you find something that you liked about it, even if it's just the covers or the variant covers or some of the art. Like there's always something positive, and I'm never going to read these comics, but I'm going to watch Gray review them anyway, because I like it's nice in the morning to get that wake up with Gray and a cup of coffee, and
I love
something
waking up with Zaxx in the morning.
Aw.
It's fantastic. Just move Mrs. Wakizashi over in the bed and Zaxx, you're here. Thank God.
We might need to get a king size Gray. I just want to put that out there for now.
No, but being serious for a minute, thanks, mate. I appreciate that. I started getting paranoid at one point. Not just the time difference and all that, but is it positivity? It's not really that popular on YouTube. I was like, no, come on. There must be people out there who want to see positive things. And then there's always the argument that, oh, you're just being positive on everything. But I try not to be. I try and be honest. You know, I will call something out if it's not good. I just do kind of pick things that I like to review. So they are often very positive.
I think being positive is like harder. You know, I think it's so easy to be cynical. It's easy to be negative, but it's
I
actually
agree.
difficult to
It's easy to scream and shout, Shelby, isn't it? We need more people like, you know, pointing out the good things.
Definitely.
Plus, it's a lot like people who leave reviews. If you have a bad experience or you dislike something, you'll watch a dozen hate videos about that thing that you don't like or that you're upset about.
Yeah.
But if you love something, you might go watch a review that, you know, you kind of agree with, or if they're trashing it, you just don't watch it anymore, and you go back to enjoying what you enjoy. And so because of that, you don't get all that anger clicks, the rage clicks that people get. And then you get a lot of people who just find things to be mad about or figure out what people are about to be angry about, and they get angry about it first, even if they don't. Like, I swear to God, I do the joke thing, but there's people who don't watch this stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Hate it anyway because of the trailer. I know enough about the trailer that I know this show is going to be garbage. Oh man, you could be right, but there's only one way to know for sure, and it's
Shout out to Lisa. Sorry, just to quickly love Lady Hawk. Now I will have to watch it again. Yes, it was my first time, Lisa. Believe it or not, we did a review stream of it recently, and I was amazed by how good it is. It's such a good movie, really good.
Yeah, definitely. If you haven't watched it for a long time, it's worth watching again. I think that was a great review too that you did. Conversation.
It was all of us, yeah. Thanks. It's having really good panelists coming on and people in the chat. That's what makes it. You know, if it's just me or you, Zaxx or Shelby, sat on our own talking, the review's going to be 10 minutes. Well, maybe not Shelby. Shelby, yeah. Shelby's got the voice for YouTube.
Yeah, we would watch that. Yeah.
No, I went on way too long today. I should. I need one of those like hooks that comes in and it's like, all right, that's enough.
Not a chance.
No way.
Brahma Bull's here. Hey, Brahma Bull.
Yes, good to see you, man. Do you want to drop in, Bramble? I can drop you the link. You're probably busy. What was it saying there? Was it Nosferatu? Gray's Matrix review was too controversial for my taste. Because I was too fair, wasn't I? I was very fair with it. I gave it a 5 out of 10, but I was looking for positives because I loved the original movie so much. You know, I wanted it to be good, and it was like I walked out like, oh my God, what happened? You know, what was that? But that's what got me my watch hours, I guess, that review. I was very, very lucky.
Oh, do you guys want my review of Tokyo Godfathers quick while I'm here?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I think it was like a good length. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too short. So that part was good. The animation was beautiful. Shelby gave it an 8.5. So I tend to agree with that, except for then Pearl gave it a 9. So I can only give it a 6.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to do that. Sorry, Shelby, but
Oh, that's okay.
yeah,
That's
I can't give it more than that. If Norporio likes it,
Junen to iro. It's like the saying. It's like 10 people, 10 different colors, like to each his own.
To each his
You know,
own.
just
yes.
in case you're ever on a game show and they ask that.
I would love to go on a game show. I used to watch when I was a kid. If I would get sick, it was the best to be homesick watching those, like The Price is Right, and
Oh man,
like
Supermarket Sweep. Did you ever watch
Yes.
that one?
oh
Supermarket
yeah,
Sweep was freaking killer, and like, and then like the riddles at the very end when they're
Mhm.
like whoever comes up with, I don't know, it's like the answer is Sprite or whatever, and they just come up with like the most diabolical, cruel, stupid thing, and like these poor people are running, and you're like, why would you write something so difficult for them to figure out? Like, it's just mean. But like their top prize is only like $500 or something stupid. Like they work so hard for like something so minimal.
Now you're talking about Canadian game shows, because those are the ones that were really sad. It's like you get a gift card to like a steakhouse for $50 if you win the show, and you have to pay for your own cab ride home. That's the Canadian game shows back in the day.
Dempsey
Yeah.
making me laugh.
Teresa's here.
Miles
Hey,
behind
Teresa,
him.
Miss Muses.
Teresa, where is she? Miss Martin Muses, how are you? Great to see you. I hope you're good. I hope you're Genki. Is it Jamin D? For me, it was the Crystal Maze. Now, guys and Shelby, I don't know if this was a UK thing only, but we had Richard O'Brien, probably most famous for Rocky Horror Picture Show. He wrote it and he's in it, playing the butler, the bald guy. He was part of that. It was like what's the right word? It's a quiz show, but it's more physical. You got to find your way out of puzzles and mazes and things. A little bit like
Okay.
Obstacle course.
that kind of thing. Yeah. Did you ever get that in the States? The Crystal Maze? No.
Not in Canada.
Okay.
I don't know that.
So maybe it's UK, mate. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in. We got Price is Right, Zaxx and Shelby, but it was
Yes.
very British version. It wasn't very good.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I think the
I think the
prizes were
most
like,
physical it got was golf. Those
you
little
can win a book.
Bob
or you can-
Yeah, but no, Bob Barker, he was salty. Like there was one woman who was like hugging him too much, and he actually pushes her away. He like peels her off of him, and he's like, "Get away from me." He was like, if he was in a mood, he was not friendly. That was a
And if-
hilarious show.
He could also be too friendly sometimes with some of the contestants. Not that I would complain. I mean, yeah, you do what you got to do, Bob. It's your show.
He was working the room.
Yeah. I found a thing that I'm gonna see if Gray will let me share a bit of it.
Yeah, of course.
This is new to me, and it could be amazing. I haven't watched it. I've never heard of it until today when I found it by accident. So if you've seen this before, then yeah, I'm sorry that you're gonna have to sit through a little bit of this. But I want to discover what this could be about.
I dropped the link in the chat, by the way. Bramable, you're very welcome to come in. Zaxx, is this going to be safe to share?
I think
Of course
so.
it is. Here we go. Let me add it to the stream. Here we go.
Древний клинок ярость. Быть набитым король следопыт, зрелый не значит старый летач. Кенталь,
What's this?
Okay, so Peter
Is that you,
Jackson's
Zaxx, at the
adaptation
back?
Not yet, no. But
Not
maybe
yet.
it will be. Not yet. This is Peter Jackson's adaptation of Lord of the Rings wasn't the first one. Live action. There was a Russian one. There was a Russian adaptation of Lord of the Rings.
Russian live action. Okay.
Yes. on Russian
Hey,
television
Brandon.
in like 1990, and it's like it got recommended to me on YouTube, and I can't believe it's a thing, but it is a thing, and it's possibly amazing, and I think that's obviously Frodo, right?
Уважаемый,
And
I love
Strider,
the makeup and
huh?
the wigs.
How incredible is this?
It's better than Rings of Power
Great.
for a start.
It
Better
might
production
be better
value.
than Rings of Power. That would not be hard. Anyways, I thought that was like amazing.
Merry Christmas, mate.
Merry
Well done.
Christmas.
Bravo.
Hey, Rama.
Congrats on 1,000. Hey, Zaxx.
Thank
Shelby.
you. Still sinking in. Can't believe it.
Yeah, cheers to that. I'm
Cheers,
still on
man,
my
cheers.
first one for the night, and it's almost midnight, so
First
It's
one
my
for the
first time
night.
to try
I
this.
behave tonight.
I got this for the label.
Wolfburn.
It's called Wolfburn. It's a Scottish whiskey.
Single malt.
Yeah,
What a
single
great
malt.
name.
Nice.
Burn.
It's
Yeah.
almost as
Salted
good as my
influence.
one of my favorite bourbons is Chicken Cock.
Great name.
Yeah, fits really well with the Dix Division guys. So
Oh man, last night when they were showing that animation of all I want for Christmas is like a little man, like a tiny man, I was like crying laughing. It was so funny. The animation was hilarious.
I haven't had time to watch it yet. I keep hearing, I've heard nothing but great things, Bramble, about it all day. The Dixie Comics
I'm
Division.
pretty sure we
was
got
so
claimed,
good.
so I think it's unlisted.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Two of the songs, I think they claimed the music, even though I think we had the licenses. So I don't know if
Yeah.
it's watchable at the moment. But yeah, we had a great time. It was it went a little bit off the rails right at the beginning. Talks kept having issues, with the storm and everything. So yeah, we started the opening, Floral's opening, and then did it without sound for about a minute and a half. Then we started it again, and it stopped
Nice.
about 30 seconds in.
No
and
way.
then we aren't good at sticking to scripts, so
sure.
we had fun. But yeah, on it, if we're gonna do scripts, I think we got to do it recorded. If we're gonna do live stuff, then we got to throw out the scripts and just have cues, that kind of thing.
Do
But
it live.
the songs were fun.
Yeah, it was really good. I just dropped something in the private chat. This is just for like whenever you feel like watching it. You don't have to put it on the stream if you don't want to. This was an Argentinian couple that just released a Christmas song, and it is
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
Let me have a look. Here we
So I
go.
don't know if you want to play it. It's really weird, but I've been sending it to everybody. Sometimes it's received well. Sometimes, if you like, check it out with Steve Brule or like Tim and Eric.
Oh yeah.
That's this.
Yeah.
I'll play a little bit. I probably won't be okay, won't it? It's it says here, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire duet by Anu Atituan and Hera Luani. Probably butchered their names. Let's see if I can share it. It'll be one sec.
So-
The
Here we
music
go.
Yeah,
might get
Brahma
you if you don't pause it every now and then.
Yeah, if you pause it, you're usually okay, aren't we, Zaxx? But hey, who cares? It's it's my channel. I'm not monetized or anything, so where are we? Here
The
we
most you'll
go,
get is
share.
claimed, and it doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Look at this. Look at the picture to start with. Here we
Wow.
go. Let's try 6. Is it 6 seconds? I know where Zaxx's eyes are. I'm not sure about yours, Shelby. Where are your eyes right now? Wait a minute. This was me, Shelby, trying to do karaoke earlier. No way. Let's go back.
I'm not
This is
convinced that was always a guy.
Japanese karaoke night. It really is. It's
You're right,
unbelievable.
Zaxx.
This is awesome.
Huh?
You're right. I'm not convinced either.
Where's the lady? Let's bring her in. Here we go.
It reminds me of the scene in GoldenEye when Minnie Driver is singing in Russia. I can't remember the song that she was doing. Was it Only You or something like that? No, Only You was in.
I need to go back to
League of
that,
Their Own.
Rumble. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
Oh my god. She goes.
Should I play a bit more? Let's risk it.
I don't think they're gonna claim you, Gray.
She sounds so sad. Okay, Shelby, how did you find this? Come on. Come on, what's going on?
It was on some like weird Discord, and it was like posting for Advent, and they were like, here's your 22nd day of Advent. And it was hands down the best thing I've ever seen. So guys, I'm gonna put this in the regular chat so people can enjoy it, because like you need to just see it from start to
Nice
finish.
one.
Yeah.
With all of their filters.
If you drop a message in the chat, Shelby, I can make you a mod.
That's fine.
I don't see messages at the moment, so then you can drop
All right,
links in.
give me
Yeah, the song in GoldenEye was "Stand by Your Man."
Oh yeah, yes, bravo.
Minnie Driver
It's
is
coming
doing the
back now, it's coming back.
karaoke of it in the bar at the Russian bar.
Stand by, oh man. Something like that, I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, she butchers it. It's great.
You're getting a lot of love for this in the chat. A lot of love.
I mean, I can't sing, so it's hard for me to make fun of people who try to sing. Ooh, it's just weird. I would.
Either.
Yeah. You could. You sound like you could, probably. You got that voice.
No, I'm almost completely tone deaf. I mean, the only song I did for the Christmas special last night was doing Silent Night. Because then I just get away with spoken word. So
yeah,
kind of like Shatner. It was actually supposed to be a Shatner Walken duet originally. Tom liked it enough with just Walken that he left me out there on my own.
Well, good
he
for
left
you. Earned his trust.
Yeah.
Rocket Man.
Shelby, just drop like a letter or anything. Put an F in the chat for Gray or a G for Gray, and then I can make you a mod. Anything. Just a single letter.
About that. Great.
Got it. Okay, there we go. Now you will have the power of the moderator. Oh my god.
Now time somebody out. Whoever you want.
Yeah, immediately.
Guys, speaking of that, can I just tell you my Christmas story? This is unbelievable. And now this might be a YouTube thing because there's been some weird things happening on YouTube recently. But last weekend, I was briefly watching a live stream of a channel that I sometimes watch. I'm not always there, but every now and then it's a good kind of horror movie review channel. And I put Merry Christmas in the chat. I've chatted there before. I put Merry Christmas, hope you have a great festive season. I got timed out for that. I couldn't comment after that. I was like,
really?
Somebody timed me out for putting Merry Christmas.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. Now, could that be a YouTube issue? Could that just be a mistake thing? Because Shelby had problems
be a woke
with
issue, honestly.
commenting or what. Yeah, Bramble, that's what kind of got me a little bit not angry, but I was just like, screw you. Just like left the stream.
Wow.
Go back and type Happy Hanukkah and see what happens.
Right.
Feliz Navidad.
Give it a go. I don't. That's
skirt and a long jacket. Sorry, Nene just got me thinking about cake because that song is so great. Sorry, Zaxx. Go ahead.
You should keep singing. No, keep singing.
Yeah, please. I'll get like 200 more viewers.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of the words to that song. I want a girl with a mind like a diamond. I want a girl who knows what's best. With shoes that cut. Oh wait. We start to talk when she borrows my pen. I love that. It's just such a great song.
So much better than me, Zaxx,
No.
brother, everybody who was singing before.
There's no notes to it.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if there was supposed
Dempsey's
to be a note
saying Friends
Sounds
in
good.
Low Places, probably his favourite karaoke. There we go.
It's a good one.
You could do that one, Brahma. Probably, and Lowrider. That's always the go-to.
Ring of
Road
Fire, Brahma, Johnny
Wild.
Cash, bring it.
There you go. Johnny
I
Cash is the
was
safe
born.
space.
Okay,
There
thanks,
is-
Krampus. Sorry, just to interrupt you guys. I got banned on Sill's channel for saying Teen Titans Go, the Snyder Cut. It's like, what? Yeah.
that's
A perfectly innocent message.
Why?
Crazy.
Thank you, Nene. With shoes that cut and eyes that burn like cigarettes. At Citibank, we meet accidentally, start to talk when she borrows my pen, and something about how Nene, what was the name of the car? Oh man, so good. I love doing is it Crazy? Patsy Cline's Crazy. That's such a great, easy karaoke
yeah.
song.
That song's about Zaxx, or is it me, or is it Salty? Crazy.
Yeah, we're all a little
Probably
crazy
me.
here, I think. So you like karaoke then, Shelby? How come you didn't show up for the earlier stream?
I didn't know about it. I didn't have notifications on. It was a missed opportunity for sure. Next time.
It was a random sudden stream. I think there was no planning. It was just like, okay, let's go live now.
Yeah, you guys
That
have
was it.
bounced around the globe tonight. It started out on what, Purple's channel about 5-6 hours ago.
Yeah.
Then it went to another channel, and now it's here.
That's right.
Was that yours? The second one, Zaxx?
No, it was supposed to be Mike OBG70s was going to do a stream. He had it planned out, and then Melon crapped out on him, and so because of that, he just started playing Warcraft,
Yeah.
and then Salty just kicked up a stream out of nowhere, which
Salty
went
did the
pretty
second
well.
one. Okay.
Yeah, and then I think it was just right to you after that, Gray.
Mm-hmm.
And in between, John, the creative blue collar guy, was doing a live concert, and so he was streaming his concert, and it was awesome actually.
I forgot about that. How was that? Was that good?
Yeah, it was really good. He was really good. And I don't know where he was playing, but he was playing in a bar or something, so there was like a crowd, and it was really cool. He was really good.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, okay, in a proper bar, like a live event out. Nice one.
Mm-hmm.
Shame.
It's always better that way than when they're just, I mean, depending on what you're playing, but just someone playing to YouTube is kind of, I guess I'm not there yet unless they're incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I'd rather see them with put on a performance in front of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krigler does a pretty good job with it on Friday nights sometimes.
Yeah, he's a talented guy.
It's during FNT, so. But he's also very used to being on cameras because, he was a model, then he was a pro skateboarder, then, Timcast, then his own thing. So he's been on cameras since he was real young.
He's a good-looking guy.
Oh, yeah, he is. Just like you, Zaxx.
With Kate Short. Thanks, Gray. What's this Genius thing?
I think it's a link to the lyrics to the song.
Just a link to the lyrics.
I think
for-
Nene wants Shelby to sing it properly.
No, it's
What do you
not. It's
reckon?
not a good. It's not a good song. Because there's no
Not a good
there's
acapella?
no actual. Yeah, we need something that has more more of a tune to it.
Megs is back. Hey, Megs. So speaking of YouTube chats, you were talking about Film Threat earlier, Shelby. The Film Threat chat is one of the most sensitive trigger fingers for hiding comments you can imagine. And if you're modding on there, you better be ready because you're having to clear all these comments and any little thing, and it's held for review. So you may think like you're talking to someone, but they never see your message. And there's very few mods because Chris doesn't think about that kind of stuff. So unless Placid would tell him during the show, you have to mod these people because there's no one checking comments. He just doesn't think about it. And so it's one of the more hectic places to be. And so if you're ever there and you're not if people aren't responding to you, it's not because they're ignoring you, it's because they probably didn't see your comment.
Sure. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty wild in there. Like, I mean, it's actually starting to get to the point where I'm thinking about jumping off, not because I don't support what they do, but it's like, well, I can just listen to it now. Like, I don't have to be there live for it anymore.
Mhm.
So what's the point of kind of like bumming around chat if it's just going to be zooming through like a phone book of text,
Yeah.
So,
That's the problem with, I guess, is a good problem to have if you're the channel, but yeah, it does pull you out of the show. And I liked it when Flaccid was doing the producing because he would pull up the weirdest comments and then make them read them during the show.
Oh man, and all the weird names that if they were if they had like directors or celebrities they were interviewing, like they would have to read like, all right, this is a comment from douchey douchebag.
Yeah, that's right.
And just like the look of embarrassment on the guest's face.
Yeah.
So
And then the
funny.
comment would be hashtag free Alan's nipples, but they have to read it.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, that was
Yikes.
more fun.
Yeah.
Mags,
Actually,
you missed the Lord of the Rings that I found. You weren't here for that. I'll have to show you.
Mags is the sweetest.
She is. She's there for
Just
everybody all
drop
the
in
time.
Mags the link if she wants to come on. I don't mind coughing. I've still got a little bit of a post-coof cough. It's a dry one. It comes on every now and then. Thanks, guys, for covering for me. I'm still here. I'm just Mrs. Wakizashi is walking around the background. She's getting a coffee. So
What's she
let's
wearing?
bring Mags in.
Right.
Here we go.
Mags.
Mags.
Oh my god.
Nice.
What's up, Mags?
This is probably the latest I've been up.
Me too. It's like 2 a.m. here.
How
My
are you
husband's
doing?
like,
Merry
"What
Christmas.
are you doing?"
No,
Merry
Shelby.
Christmas,
I
Meg.
couldn't believe you stayed so long, Shelby. Thank you so much. You're a
He's
star.
gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
Mags, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. How are you feeling?
Oh god, I've been recovering from the flu last week, and I have this weird lingering cough. So sorry if I cough into everybody's ears.
No.
No problem.
It's good to hear
Me
your
too.
voice.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I could not speak earlier this week. It was bad. Like
Yeah.
my voice was gone.
Was it
So anyway,
the virus?
no, not that. No, not the one
Okay.
with unspecified origin. It was like
Yeah.
a simple like 24, 48-hour flu thing. And
Okay.
it's
The thing that
it-
disappeared for 2 years and came back.
yeah,
Came back
exactly.
suddenly.
Yes. So anyway, so what is this Lord of the Rings thing that you were talking about, Zaxx?
Oh, I'll be happy
Russian
to show it
live
again.
action.
Do you want to share it again, Zaxx? Let's get some more. Let's get some more Russian Frodo.
That sounds like that's what she said joke.
Well, this is no joke, Megs. This is for real. This is some serious Russian stuff.
Okay.
I will. I'll share it again.
Excuse
it's-
me. I'm sorry, y'all.
I found out it got recommended to me, and there's like whoever's channel it is has like 400 subs. It's like I don't know where this came from, but I read the description, and apparently it was broadcast live on Russian TV as like a live performance adaptation
Okay,
of Lord of the
wow.
Rings in 1990, I think it was.
Wow.
And so it disappeared until somebody somehow dug it up. Yeah, it's there for you, Gray.
Okay, thanks, man. Let me share it. Here we go. Add to stream.
And so this is Frodo, and it looks like Strider, with the potato sack.
Oh my god. Are they homeless?
Who's the guy with the candle?
Твое настоящее имя? Ну?
It sounds like they're speaking backwards, Zaxx. Backwards.
Я Рагор. Я тот
I'm
The
pretty sure
eyebrows.
that was Aragorn.
друг
Yeah.
Гэндальфа.
Is this almost looks like a Christmas Carol adaptation.
It has that Vaseline on the lens look too.
This looks old enough to maybe have been Soviet.
It could have been. They don't care about copyright.
Yeah, Brahma Bull, for sure, for sure.
Господа, мне только что сказали. Они здесь.
Что?
То они
Yeah.
черные всадники.
This is amazing.
Сначала мне без паники.
What is going on?
Давай. Страшно думать.
They're homeless.
Надо идти.
It's Tokyo Godfathers again, but Moscow, isn't it? Moscow, Shelby. Moscow Godfathers.
This is supposed to be the end of the Prancing Pony. I'm pretty sure.
Crimea Godfathers.
Oh, the music is picking up.
It's like playing Stairway to Heaven backwards, says Nosferatu.
Oh, look at this!
Oh, this is awesome. This is good.
This is better than Rings of Power already.
Better than Galadriel, yeah, riding the horse.
At least we don't have that ridiculous pose that she does. And they're
I
going.
like the music.
Путь к раздолу был
Yeah.
долг и труден.
I don't know what this guy is.
Is that supposed to be Rasputin?
Is he the narrator? Is this Tolkien, the Russian version?
I don't know.
Yes, Lisa, with techno.
No glasses in Lord of the Rings. What are you doing?
Look at this.
That was a G then in the snow. Did you see that? That was for me.
It was for Big G. It was for Gray.
Big G.
Here
I
come
love
the
this
Cossacks.
music. Yeah, the Cossacks. Yeah, exactly. They're. Oh,
It's like a Russian Rowan Atkinson then, Mr. Bean.
Ellie,
What's on his head?
are they?
Is that a wig?
Are they on psychedelics now?
I am tripping, I swear. It's me. No, it's me. I'm tripping on something.
It's just early Pink Floyd.
Did he just see Mordor?
yeah.
They did it here first. They rolled the Mordor R's.
Oh. Is he burning the horse?
Yeah, I'm not sure the horse liked that.
They have to eat it after this.
So this is supposed to be where he's got the ring on and he's invisible.
Yes.
That's why he's got the weird background.
Oh.
It's
Blackadder.
better CG than She-Hulk.
Oh no!
Frodo! They're gonna do a Frodo polka.
And they go into happy music. In this version, the Witch King is the hero.
This is fantastic, Zaxx. Thanks so much for sharing.
What a find.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
Stumble upon some of the best stuff.
Is this the horror before Lord of the Rings? There's something like that.
In Russia, horse burns you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think, Max? You want to watch that?
Zaxx,
Yes?
are you trying to tell me I need to do drugs before I watch this thing?
If you want to do drugs, that's up to you. You don't have to do drugs. But if you want to have some whiskey, that might help wash it down
Oh, yeah.
a little bit.
That's my form of drugs, Zaxx. You should know me better than that.
I do know you're a whiskey gal. I pay attention.
Little Buffalo Trace.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh, I've got a basic version of that Bramble. I think I heard you recommending it a while back, and I tried one. It's very hard to get many kinds of bourbon here where I am. So
Dempsey's right.
Better
That
shot of
Jennifer
getting
Lawrence was
Blanton's
great.
over there than I do.
Well,
J Law was great in that movie. The Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, Russian.
also, guys, Jamin D is recommending one of the best Russian songs is Edward Gill's La 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 song, where he doesn't sing at all, he just keeps repeating La 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 La. I don't know how it goes.
is that
cool.
like in Home Alone when John Candy he's like in the polka band? He's like, one of our greatest hits, polka 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 polka.
Yeah.
Meg,
John Candy.
I was just reading about Home Alone and like the whole process of it.
Uh-huh.
And he was only paid $400 because he was best friends with John Hughes.
Really?
What?
Yeah. And that Christopher Columbus, the guy who directed Home Alone, he was directing the Christmas Vacation movie with Chevy Chase.
Mm-hmm.
But he left because I guess Chevy was such an asshole to him. Like he was super mean to him. So the director walked. He's like, forget it. Like I'm out. And because
Oh my
John Hughes
God.
had written that movie too, he's like, you should just do Home Alone instead. And it turned out to be like the biggest grossing comedy, family movie for like 23 years. So he ended up like going from one Christmas movie to another one that I was actually technically more successful. But yeah, so
Wow.
it was easier working with a child actor and then like 12 other child actors than one Chevy Chase.
And one Chevy Chase.
Wow.
I've heard that about Chevy Chase
That
too.
seems to be a pattern. Yeah.
Has he got a bad rep? I heard
Oh, he's
rumors,
got a
but I
horrible
love
rep.
him in movies. I love
Yeah.
Fletch. I love Christmas, European Vacation, Christmas Vacation, all those.
Yeah.
He's also got a little bit of a racist streak in him.
He
So
does.
Does he?
that's what got him kicked off Community.
It's
Yeah,
true.
that's what
Oh.
happened there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he kind of went a little, I guess, a little too far for their standards on certain things. I think not necessarily in a scene, but I think it was more like in a workplace situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him personally.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's his rep, and so he's. I guess at one point, if you're bankable enough, and back in the day, I suppose it didn't matter as much. You could kind of get away with it, and he still does the same stuff that he would do when he was on. But now he's on a show that was canceled once, and he's not the star, so you can't pull that shit
Well,
anymore.
Zaxx, I'm sure back in the day, because we didn't have the internet, I'm sure some things were said that just are never talked about.
Yeah.
You mean the good old
Well,
days?
Do you remember
He
those
was the biggest
days?
comedian on the planet at the time that he left SNL.
Zaxx, are you
was
telling
there
me
for one
something
season.
about the good old days?
That's right. When you could be racist whenever you wanted to be. That was the best.
Shout out to Courtney. Courtney's Fellowship Oddballs in the chat. Great to see you. She's on another stream, but she's saying like, congratulations on 1K and hi everyone. Much love.
Courtney.
Hey, Courtney.
What's up, Courtney?
It was fun
Looking
talking
forward to you
music with
streaming
her.
again, Courtney. Do it.
Yes. Yeah.
So you guys were talking about Film Threat before I jumped on.
Yeah.
What was going on with that?
It was just more fun in the Wild West days when Flaccid was producing, and so he.
Oh
when
wait,
he's,
hold on one second. Bring that back. Flaccid was producing.
Yeah, he was the producer for Film Threat. He made the thumbnails and he did all the live shows, the backstage stuff. So he would choose the comments that they would display, and so during this show, he would make a point of showing the most awkward comments he could find, and then make
It
them
seems
read
like
them.
him.
Yeah, and he was relentless with it too. So like he never stopped, and so no matter what, and it made the show more interesting for me because I knew he was doing it, and I'm waiting to see what's going to be next. And you could tell watching the show what comment he was going to pick when you're reading the chat to put up there and force him to read. And like Shelby was saying, you had with the directors, like they have a director or guest on an actor, and so he'd pull up the people with the worst usernames, like Lick My Balls 69.
Douchey McDoucheg.
Yeah.
And they would have to read it out and they would get like all red.
Yeah.
It was so much funnier when Flaccid was producing Zaxx, wasn't it? It was hilarious.
It was way more entertaining than it's still good, but it's
Yeah,
now
it's still
a real
great.
show.
I'm a
Now it's
member
a
now,
real
so yeah, it's great.
But then it was like there's a dynamic they don't have anymore because their producer now, he pulls like the same kinds of comments anyone else would pull.
Yeah.
Not the Flaccid ones.
The Flaccid ones.
And
You mean the Flaccid approved ones?
That's right. And he would play the Alan Nipples clip relentlessly too. Like,
oh my god!
Like every couple minutes they'd be talking, and they weren't expecting it. He just play the clip of Alan with the nipples and plungers. It was
like I don't have brothers, but I just assume that's what it's like having a brother.
Yeah,
was that him? I always thought it was Chris Gore doing that, dropping the clip all the time.
That was Flaccid. Yeah.
Great. You can't, no, that's definitely not a Chris Gore thing.
No.
Oh man, I'm just waiting for the moment where Alan like loses it. He's like, "That's it, enough! Stop bullying me!" And just leaves.
But people liked it though. It worked.
Yeah.
Like that Alan's nipple clip never gets old.
Yeah, or like Alan likes one Disney thing like once, and everyone's like, "You're such a shill." Like, okay.
Here comes the money.
Yeah.
Where are the gift? Where are the goodie bags? Where are they?
And it just follows him forever now.
Dempsey saying choosing awkward comments on purpose. No wonder I got mine up there all the time.
Yes, that's right, Dempsey.
Dempsey, you finally figured it out.
Yeah, anything that would be weird for them to have to read,
Oh,
you would
God.
put up there. And yeah, it was hilarious too because like Chris was like talking about on the show. He needs a producer and he needs he can't make thumbnails because he doesn't I guess he doesn't really care about this kind of stuff that much. Like it's not what he does.
Yeah,
he used to. So he likes it, but the
It's probably different from what he's because he's from TV, so he's used to that. It's probably different and weird for him to think TV. You can't think TV when you're on YouTube. It's just a different animal. So probably like the extra stuff like thumbnails and such, like you don't think that that's important, but it is.
Yeah, and there was stuff like memberships. Flaccid kept like, you have to do memberships because people want to be members, and like all these, and he's like, I don't know, and he just kind of didn't really get why he would.
I remember that, Zaxx. I see him saying that live. It's like,
revenue,
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do membership. Like, and then so for weeks, Flaccid had done all the membership work and had it lined up as to like what you'd get, and he just like he needed Chris to just say okay, and Chris would just like put it off, and and then eventually they went live with it, but it was just. He just doesn't think about things like that, I guess. It's not really his deal, so I don't think he
got to meet Chris in Vegas, and he gave me this.
Celebrities poop?
By Chris Gore.
That's awesome.
No way.
I love the little painting.
Yeah, he wrote a whole little book about celebrities poop.
Yeah.
1995, but
It's
slightly
true.
higher in Canada is what it says.
Oh my God! Tell me,
In the back
is
for
that
the
is that
price.
Clinton in like the bottom there? Tell me that that's Bill Clinton.
That one could be. I mean, it's an interesting little book.
Well, he's had a book published on
kids.
Movies, hasn't he? Is that right? Chris Gore, he's written about movies. He's had a book published, probably more than one, I guess. I don't know for sure.
His whole story is that he dropped out of college film school, and he bought the books that they would read in film school, and he just read
Oprah
them.
makes a big poop, and Justin Bieber makes a small poop.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
That's great.
An A-list celebrity makes an A-list poop. A D-list celebrity makes a D-list poop.
Is there a Jennifer Lawrence poop in there?
The first one.
I don't think so.
First one.
Oh,
That would be the
She probably
forward.
made the very first poop, yeah.
She invented pooping.
she
No.
invented.
What does Lady Gaga's poop look like? And it's just a whole bunch of weird options.
Just madness. Just, total strangeness.
Yeah, I came home and my kids were just like, what the hell is that? I was like, yeah,
Nothing.
somebody I know wrote a book.
In Japan, they have children's books, like children's picture books on same kind of thing, not using celebrities, but like, everybody poops, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of, I think, where he was taking the idea from.
Yeah.
Yeah, the illustrations are by Haley Gore, so I'm assuming maybe that's his daughter. I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh, nay. A Jennifer Lawrence poop would be just a picture of her. Ooh.
She's up to Bono status?
She can she's probably a distant cousin to Amber Turd.
Top of the poops. That's right.
But everybody else is giving out like stickers and stuff at the meetups, and Chris Gore's got his Everybody Poops book, or Celebrities Poops book. So,
When was it, Bramble? When was it published? How old is it? Check.
What's 2013?
Okay, no
That's
way.
not too bad. Yeah.
Apparently, it's a first edition.
Well,
Awesome.
Save that. Did he autograph it?
Nah.
No.
When I go to meetups, if it's people that I've met or hung out with, I don't tend to ask for autographs on stuff.
Yeah, I met Brad Bird once when I was in college, and everyone was like having them sign his like their Iron Giant posters, and I just couldn't bring myself to do it because everyone was like pushing, and it just seemed so desperate. And I'm like, I'm not gonna jump in that. I'm not gonna push people, just appreciate the moment, and that's it.
Well, like at the meetups and stuff, like I'm a small channel, but I mean, I do stuff with comics and some of the other guys on FNT and all that stuff. So it's like, it's kind of weird if you go and, you're hanging out with these guys and then you're asking them for an autograph. Like,
Especially
as
when you're
somebody
friends
who's
with them.
on YouTube with them. I understand, people from chat that don't want to be on YouTube, but like, go to these things and want to get the autographs. But it's weird when you're like at dinner with them and it's like, hey, can you sign this?
Yeah, that's strange.
So,
Yeah, because you're also friends with them too, so it's kind of
Right,
like, hey friend, can I get your autograph?
Yeah.
yeah, and it's not like two quarterbacks exchanging jerseys after a game or something, and
I want Zaxx's autograph.
they're not asking for my autograph back. I can guarantee you that.
I want Zaxx's autograph on my arm.
I'd love to autograph your arm, Megs.
Max, you
That was
okay? How
good.
you doing? How you doing? You feeling a bit better?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Just try to get through the holidays. That's all.
Okay.
Ugh,
Speaking of touching Megs' arm, I have something exciting to show you guys.
that's a segue.
Yeah, private chat, Gray.
Okay, let me check. Here we go. Oh my god, it's another link.
I
Yeah,
love it.
just
Live in 6 days. Okay.
Just do it. Just do it.
copy the link
Right.
address. Here we go. Let me just see what this is. Bum, 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 bum. Are you guys
So
okay for time,
everybody-
by the way?
I'm gonna have to go in like 2 minutes.
Okay, we can probably wrap things up because it's late for everybody apart from me, I think, isn't it?
But
I
yeah,
don't know why I've got a really
everybody
weird
get
full screen.
on Zaxx's Discord because I sent you a Christmas card and just watch that video
Okay. Let me
and have fun.
Let me
I
check
will-
this
Yeah, do it
Discord.
after this,
I'm gonna
but
put
This is the
yeah,
sequel.
I'm looking forward to this, to the epic
Yeah.
12
Oh
hours.
no, this is the long
Sorry,
stream.
Zax, I've got it on like why I can't
Yeah,
change it.
that's
without
okay.
Going out of it. The Lord of the Rings Two Towers stream, Zax. When is it and what's going on?
It's the 12 hours for the Two Towers, and it's on December 30th, and we're going from noon till midnight central. And so, speaking of Chris Gore, is confirmed now he's going to come on.
Wow.
We want to have a whole we have a whole list of people we like to have on, including people who are here right now, and like however we're gonna schedule the day. So, but it's actually officially happening now. We're not just talking about it anymore, which is kind of cool. So yeah, I wanted to share that we're really doing it. Well, not doing it, but we're gonna have this show happen. I'll put it that way.
Can you guys look closely at the time? I don't know if it's showing up for you. It says live in 6 days, 31st of December for Grey, 3 a.m. it starts.
Whoa.
Well, I will be there, mate. I'll be there later on after I wake up. I'm usually up at 5 or 6, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, shake those cobwebs out. We got a whole bunch of stuff we've been working on and planning. Some Flaccid style games, which you guys are gonna like, probably. Including one of his ones he wants to work in somehow is an ejection seat game, which I don't know how that's gonna go. But we're like, where if like a guest can't answer a trivia question, they get fired off the show.
I get
It's
booted
just
off.
taken out.
Yeah.
Ejector seat.
Then it's down
Yeah.
to two of you for the next 10 hours.
I guess I don't know, but he just really wants to try to do it. It doesn't like but you don't actually do that to people on the show who come and volunteer their time, and he's like,
Well,
no,
especially when they're a big name, like you don't boot out like a big name.
No,
I'm
that's when
sorry.
it's better.
Oh, that's true.
That's even funnier. Yeah, that makes it funnier. Would you do that, Zax?
would I do ejection seat? Only if the person was consented to it.
Chris Gore or, you know,
You
no.
You only touch the seat
Well,
if they say it's okay.
Just do it in a way that they go into the back and they sit out for one round, and then you bring them back on, and they get to have a shot at the next set of questions.
Did you see Dempsey's chat? He said, "I'll be making purposely awkward comments in the chat because it will be
Okay,
Flaccid.
Dempsey. It's a good
Flaccid
idea.
will be there."
We'll be pulling them up, and Mexican Iron Man's helping us produce it. So
Nice one.
yeah,
Oh, cool.
he knows what he's doing. Like he's helping us plan how to actually have this be a thing that's not just a complete clusterfuck.
Can you show the metrosexual video when he comes on? Is that
Sure.
your introduction?
Sure, absolutely.
Metrosexual Mexican Iron Man.
So you guys are all gonna have to be penciled in for shifts, just so you know. Keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'll help out. Okay, so Zax has got the Two Towers stream coming up very soon. Anything else you want to shout out, Zax, before we wrap things up?
Tomorrow night at this, well, slightly after Brahma Bowl, right?
We overlap quite a bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
I think we start a little bit earlier than you, and then you start. So I don't know. It's 10 p.m. Mine's 10 p.m. Mountain. I'm not sure what time yours does.
It will be 10:30 Mountain, yes, 11:30 Central. Is when we go with Flaccid, and that's our Saturday night show. We just kind of go with the flow with the chat. It's usually pretty fun.
Yeah, it's really fun stream.
I hate streaming over people. I hate that.
It's impossible not to.
It is impossible not to, but I don't.
We know all of each other so well, and there's so
Yeah.
many channels. It's just No skin off anybody's back.
I know, but you try to avoid it, but it's impossible to avoid unless you want to stream it like 4 a.m. And even then, now you're streaming over Gray.
Yeah, it's like you're hitting Gray.
It doesn't work. And then Wednesday, I don't know. Maybe we'll watch some of the Lord of the Rings from Russia on Wednesday. I don't know.
Oh yeah, worth a
Now
deep
who'd have a
dive.
field day with that is Mad Mardigan.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to take that one, probably. And that's it for me.
Okay, thank you, Zaxx, and thanks for coming on. Always thanks for your support, because you're a huge channel.
Oh,
I'm just a little small channel, like looking up to Zaxx's shoulders.
No.
Zaxx, don't forget me.
Well, especially when Zaxx wears his tank top.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe on the Two Tower stream.
Tank top
We
for
knew
the
him
Two
when he
Towers.
was just an avatar.
Yeah.
Two tanks for 2 towers.
Yes, 2 tank tops for 2 towers. Try and say that fast.
Yes,
Only
Shelby,
if Max is there.
Shelby understands me.
Oh man. I'm getting a red battery. Oh, I'm down to 8% on my laptop, so I gotta go.
Okay,
And,
Shelby, anything
but
you want
this
to
has been
shout
really
out before you
fun.
go?
I'm just really happy for you, and I hope that you get big, but not get too big, because then this will all be lost. So keep it manageable.
No chance,
But
no chance of that.
I'm
Don't
really
worry.
happy for you. And yeah, here's to the next 1,000. So
Yes.
all right, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
See you
Thanks for coming on so late for you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
later. It was so fun.
Merry Christmas,
Bye-bye.
Shelby.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Brahma Bull, what do you have coming up soon? I know you've been doing some fantastic streams with that 70s rock fan. That's all about bourbon and, is it hockey?
Bourbon
Ice
and
hockey?
boarding. Yeah,
Boarding.
we talk NHL hockey. Yeah, that's Saturday nights. That's the show me and Zaxx were just talking about. So I go off at what would that be? 11 Central, 10 p.m. Mountain. Me
Okay.
and 70s. We do it on my Rumble channel, and we do it on his YouTube channel. That way we both kind of get some hits off of it, and it helps us both out. Because I've been focusing a little bit more on the Rumble than I have the YouTube. Because I think that's where the future is going to be. But I think everybody has to be here too. So, but yeah,
Drop
we did
your
the
channel in the chat. There we go. How's
we
it going?
did
Sorry,
the crazy
Rumble?
stream last night.
How are you finding that go so far? Rumble.
I'm actually getting more views on Rumble than 70s is on the YouTube throughout the week. So people are finding the show throughout the week, and it's not people, I think, from YouTube. I think it's people on Rumble. So
Yeah.
I'm getting like 100 views per video or per live stream after the fact. I've
that's
only got like
awesome,
12
man.
people during, but we're happy with that. So, and that's pretty good for a show that's only been around for 2 months, I think. So,
And it's good on a platform like Rumble. So that's wonderful.
yeah, they need something other than politics on Rumble. So,
Yeah, I agree.
doing gaming and doing sports, maybe that'll branch out a little bit over there. So we're having fun with it. We like to hang and, talk hockey and have a few drinks. So Lisa's
Hockey,
there every week.
Lisa.
She's been
Nice
a
one.
fantastic supporter. So, but
yeah,
then
where
I
I've seen it
do a lot
before,
with
yeah.
comics.
Your chat.
Yeah.
Your Rumble's in the chat now, Rumble. But yeah, I was watching your show before we had our show last week because I like your show. It's good. Your permanent boarding.
Kind of like what we were talking about before I came on, what you guys were talking about earlier, or it may have been on Salties earlier. Some of the people in the fellowship actually talking about things they like.
Yeah.
Tends to be something that people are drawn to, rather than it always being, complaining about everything. Actually, I think it was on this show because we were talking about your attitude about everything, Gray. So
that's right.
You're always trying to find something you like. So, I mean, with the hockey, we're talking something we actually like and we follow, and people are seeming to like it. So we'll keep doing it.
It's kind of like the conversation to talk about the horrible stuff that's out there. Yes, we need to have that conversation, but we need to have a good balance of what's actually really good out there as well, instead of just talking about the negative all the time. So having that
drains you.
It does.
Just watching the negative, yeah.
I tend to, even some of the channels that I usually pretty much frequent and pretty much patron it basically. For the it's 2:30 in the morning, and I'm probably not speaking the right word, right? But after a while, sometimes I have to tune them out too, because I need something else to be talked about, because life is already hard, and I don't want to have more negativity going on.
Yeah, I mean, during the whole Rings of Power thing, I didn't watch a lot of stuff. I didn't watch any of the FNT because, I mean, although I watch almost every week FNT for some amount of time, during the Rings of Power, it was just like, I can't keep watching it.
The comedy
I took a
parts
break.
of it, the comedy parts of it is funny and great, but after, I'd much rather let's talk about Cobra Kai. Can we talk about Cobra Kai, please? Because this was around the same time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
positive,
but it
something
released
good.
all at once versus weekly. So, I mean, that's part of the problem with that binge model versus the every week being released.
I agree.
When something gets released in the binge model, it's out there for a week and a half, even if it's great, and then it's gone.
Maybe what we should do with stuff like that then is, do review a couple episodes or whatever, or an episode or two, and then once a week do it. Kind of go through that instead of just binging it. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's really up to the individual.
You
Well,
want
and
to do
I've
it once
really
a week
liked it.
next? Just once a week?
Once a week, yeah. Just like
That's
stretch it out. No. Hey, don't make fun of me.
I'm not.
No one's making fun of you, Max.
Never. No.
Never.
2:30 in the morning.
I
don't know what
it's
you're
crazy.
saying.
I can't believe you guys stayed so long. I really appreciate it. And Mags, coming on when you're not well, when you're not Genki. But we talked about this before, Mags. We talked about, let's get together, like on a stream kind of thing. We can do this. I've got more time off from today. So we should do this more often. We need each other during this time of year. A lot of people do. So yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you, Gray.
And Megs is the best.
She's great on every channel, every chat.
Thanks,
Lisa
guys.
subbed to Mags. Nice one, Lisa. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. We dropped the link in, so and I'll put links in description after we finish
Thank you,
as
Lisa.
well.
I don't have
As
much
usual.
on my channel. It's really pathetic, but I'm trying to work out a schedule for myself, because at this point, I need to take a step back from other things and really look what not stretch myself out too thin, because I've been feeling that too on occasion. So
Yeah, YouTube is like a second job. Even if you're in the chat, it's like a second job.
yeah, and then at the same time, I have so many people that I love, and I truly appreciate what they add in this space, and I want their value to be shown out there. And it, like, I don't know, I'm a cheerleader type, so I was even though I was never a cheerleader. That's me.
That's the thing, is it's hard to say, like, and you also want to do it, you want to help people out, so it's hard to say no.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is. It really, really is. Because I've had so many people ask me to go on panels, and I'm like, listen, I can't do it all. I can't. I have to sleep at some point.
I'm kind of a stream whore. If somebody drops me a link, typically I'll show up.
Okay. So I know how to.
Plus,
I know,
Awesome.
I'm almost all late night, so
That's true.
works out fine. Everybody's asleep in the house. This is my time to hang out and do whatever.
That's true.
I'm in the same boat. Yeah. At night I can do whatever, but during the day I can't. During the day, sometimes if I'm supposed to be working, it's easier, but in the evening, it's a cluster. I can't. But I did drop Megs a link to Megs when she says she has nothing of value on her channel. She's full of shit, because you should go check out her singing from Final Fantasy VI. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. So enough.
Thanks, Zaxx.
And DJ Ronnie G saying, "Go Mags!" That's good to hear. Good to see you, mate. You too.
Hey,
Doing some
DJ.
experiment. Good to see you, man. Doing experimenting with live streams recently, looking good. Yeah, it's just a great place to be right now for me and for a lot of people, and great to catch up with you all. But it's difficult sometimes to keep up with everything that's going on, isn't it? You wanna support everybody that you care about. You want to be on all these live streams or even in the chat. It's hard work, but I mean, listen to us complaining about something amazing. Think about this. It's bringing us together. We're living in other side of the world, all over the world, and here we are just like shooting the shit. 4:40 p.m. in Japan, 3 in the morning in the States. Is that right? Something like that.
Yeah,
I'm at almost 1. She's at almost 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, Max. Thanks for coming on. Sorry it's so late.
But Brahma, you and Max had said it. I just want to echo what you guys had said earlier, but like I think we're past the point where people argue about is this really bad Star Trek or not, and they fight each other because is this the worst Star Trek ever, or is it average or below average? We're beyond that now, where we can find something else that's really good that we don't even have to qualify as it's not as bad as this. The scale of it's not as bad as The Last Jedi. Like we don't need to do that anymore. We can let that stuff go.
Yeah.
And it sucks and hope it's better, but we can find so much other good stuff, and it's fun to be able to have shown people something new they wouldn't have found otherwise.
Yeah, and I mean, the things that don't get talked about are the shows that people really do like Yellowstone. Nobody that I know of in the Fellowship does much talking on Yellowstone or its spin-offs. And that's a huge show.
I noticed that. Well, see, that's why I bring up Cobra Kai, and maybe it is because of the binge model, but the stuff that is actually out there that is good, we don't talk about it enough. Like we just say, "Oh, it's good," and then we move on to talking about Rings of Power, which is okay. But it's like, I don't know. Can we? I want to see people getting excited again. It just.
Well,
me too.
It's a lot of the Fellowship is really based around sci-fi, fantasy, and comics.
Yeah.
So Yellowstone is not in the sphere. When you're talking about what everybody here is talking about, even though we're looking for something good.
And technically,
sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. And technically, Cobra Kai isn't either, but it's karate. Everybody loves karate.
It's nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yeah, and
because most of us are of a certain age.
Unwoke.
Yeah. Oh gosh. But yeah, no, I know. Was it Polly from Latino Slant? He did a big thing about talking about Cobra Kai, which was actually really fun listening to him and listening to that panel talk about it. And it was really, really, really good to talk about a show that is good. And, it may not be everybody's cup of tea, but at least it people were excited about it. So, yeah.
Speaking of good things, I just finished 1883. So good.
Yeah, recommend.
Like
recommend, Zaxx.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's not perfect, but especially the first 6 episodes, you're really invested. 6, 7. Yeah.
I really liked it. I've liked everything that Sheridan's done. Even Tulsa King has been really fun so far. The one with Sylvester Stallone.
I was just going to talk about that, bro.
Mobster.
How good is it? How good has that been so far?
I really like it.
Yeah,
I
love it.
It's an interesting premise, throwing a guy who is in the prison for 25 years as a mobster into Tulsa, in a world where marijuana is now legal and all that kind of stuff. It's been funny. I like it. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. But
good to hear. Not just me.
Sheridan's just firing off hits one after another. And the new 1923 with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, that one had its first episode, and I liked it. I think it'll continue to be good too. So.
Oh, okay. I'll look out for that.
Yeah, I've heard my parents were able to catch Tulsa King, I think the first episode or 2 on TV a couple of weeks ago, and they even enjoyed it, which, today's entertainment is hard to find to watch together with, parents and such. So I'm like, I want to see this show. So yeah, I need to get on the Tulsa King. But isn't it on Paramount? I think
so.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem. I don't have Paramount.
I couldn't tell you, because I find ways to watch everything without
Okay, what we'll do, guys, we'll close the stream now, and then we can have a quick
Yeah.
chat in the private chat.
Yeah,
in the studio. We can let Mags know how to watch it. So thanks so much for coming on. We've got Zaxx, Brahmable, Magitek Mags. We had Shelby on earlier on. Nerdporeal Lifeform was here. That was awesome. Salty Texas Sea and Purple Valkyrie both popped in. So great to see you all. Great to catch up. Dempsey saying, I may not be asking for some assistant with some light voice work in the future. Oh, just putting that out there. Nice one. And Keely Chow, great to see you as well. Thanks, mate. Thanks for dropping in. Okay. Let's say goodbye. Here
Congratulations.
We go.
Good night.
Closer. I still can't believe that. It's
Merry
not so good.
Christmas,
Just like,
everybody.
yeah, right. It's all a dream, isn't it, Zaxx?
Wakizachi's Tea House. Please subscribe.